Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam as the world moves on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Afridamus Report, and I hope your Sunday is going well wherever you're watching from. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be talking about, illegal African migrants that were protesting in New York City about 4 days ago, because we've been hearing about the quote unquote, illegals coming in. So I'm going to delve in and break it down. We would find out if these people, in fact, are here illegally, if they were invited here, and how are the blacks, are they treating the illegals well, their fellow Africans? Because, they voted for this. You guys remember, Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. So they voted for blackness. So these people started coming in, and they are black, right? So people started treating them, they started being anti-black to them and all that. But we're going to find out, because you see, in the United States, the politics, I would help break this down to you. They like to generalize so that they deceive people about exactly what is happening. When they say, the African migrants, now they don't even call them the African migrants. They say, black African migrants. And most people are so lazy to try to dig in to find out. Africa has 54 countries, I believe. And these countries have different cultures, different languages. And these different countries are colonized by different European powers, some French, some English. So in the United States is an English-speaking country. I want you to remember this, because this is going to be very, very important, as far as the topic we are tackling here today. So majority of the people who are out there, it's like thousands of them, they went to the New York City Hall. They had a meeting, And these people are complaining about different things. Mind you, they said, like they came to New York, they were invited there apparently, and they were given free hotel, free food, pretty much, reparation. And in the conversation, that's what you're going to hear from them. And another thing I noticed, majority of the people, I don't believe this is just an accident. I believe this is well funded. And I would take you back to memory lane in 2020. There were things that were said that probably most of you were all up in your feelings, especially black people, the actual blacks in America, totally ignored because they thought, oh, we want reparation. Oh, we were told, Trump is racist. Many even said, having the border wall is racist. Majority of these people, yes, they're coming from West Africa, but not just any West African country. They are coming from French-speaking West African countries, mostly Senegal, Mauritania, Guinea-Conakry, and they bring in Haitians as well. So these people are not coming from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, like the English-speaking countries, because you can easily just assimilate, right? If you're from Nigeria or any of these English-speaking African countries, obviously most people that come here would be able to read English. They would easily be able to integrate into the society. But I believe this is being done on purpose. They are bringing people from these countries who majority are uneducated. There is language barrier, So how did they even get to the border? What made them come? Did they just wake up one day and say, oh, we are going to America? No, I will take you back to 2020. 2020, when Trump and Biden had the face-off. They had the debate. And I think most of you ignored it. Can you really, after you watch this debate, a short clip, can you really call Biden a liar? You cannot. People were all up in their feelings. Trump is racist. The blacks said they want reparation. No, blacks are not getting no reparation. You are going to be paying reparation, which is what is happening now. And I would also show the blacks going to City Hall in Chicago complaining, disgruntled about, like, you can't call Biden a liar. He is doing exactly everything he said he was going to do. If you don't believe me, let me show you this clip here. Let me show you. This is for fair use, edutainment purposes. Let's hear what Biden have to say. But before we say this, let me update you on the law in the United States that most Americans don't even know. So most Americans do not know that the US Census currently counts for purposes of voting power. Pay attention. The census counts for voting power. So, which explains why the people you are calling illegals, why they are being pampered and put above you, because they, wherever they are dropped off at, they are going to fill millions and millions of illegals. So guess what? Black people used to say they have voting power. Your vote, you have completely, diminished your own power, because now the U.S. Census counts for voting power. For purposes of voting power, all people in a district, regardless of citizenship, it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. As long as you live there, you're counted. It counts towards the voting power. So the blacks in Chicago, in the major cities, have completely destroyed their own power base. They shot themselves in the foot. And who passed this law? Let me read that. Senate Democrat just voted, the Senate Democrats just voted unanimously to defeat an amendment that would have stopped counting illegals for congressional seat appointment and electoral college presidential votes. So you see the problem here? Since illegals are mostly in democratic states, the places they call sanctuary cities, both the House and the presidential vote are shifted. It has increased by 5% to the left, which is enough to change the entire balance of power. This is a major reason why the Biden administration is ushering in record levels of illegals and doing so few deportations. So they used emotions and sentiment, and the blacks played themselves. They refused to pay attention to what the laws are. These people that deceived you, telling you, if you vote for us, Trump is racist, you guys are going to get reparation. Yes, you get a reparation, all right. But let me play a short clip, where Biden himself invited these people to come in. Here we go.
And we're going to talk about families within this context. Mr. President, your administration separated children from their parents at the border, at least 4,000 kids. You've since reversed your zero tolerance policy, but the United States can't locate the parents of more than 500 children. So how will these families ever be reunited?
Children are brought here by coyotes and lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here, and they used to use them to get into our country. We now have as strong a border as we've ever had. We're over 400 miles of brand new wall. You see the numbers, and we let people in, but they have to come in legally, and they come in through
But
merit.
how will you reunite these kids with their families?
Let me just tell you.
So you see, Trump was speaking facts. Trump said America first. He built the wall. You notice he's explaining it, nice and calmly, but the news person tries to interrupt him. They try to make it seem like this guy is just racist, and most of you were in your feelings. We would let Trump finish, and you hear what Biden says. How does it even make sense to you as an American, a tax-paying American, that you have a president who said, okay, I'm going to protect the border. I'm going to build up a wall so that, not just anyone can just walk in. He's not saying people cannot immigrate to America. He's saying you have to be legal to come in. Then we would hear what Biden will say. Okay? Then we'll get to the new guests who are now going to replace the blacks. Here we go.
They built cages. They used to say, I built the cages. And then they had a picture in a certain newspaper. And it was a picture of these horrible cages. And they said, look at these cages. President Trump built them. And then it was determined they were built in 2014. That was him.
Do you have a plan to reunite the kids?
Yes, we're working on it we're trying very hard.
Guys, get the likes up. Get the likes up. Remember, this was the only debate he, quote unquote, had with Biden. This quote unquote moderator totally, you guys notice how she totally went past what Trump said. Yes, those cages were built back in 2014 during Obama's time. Obama built cages where, when they catch people who are trying to cross the border, they would keep kids in cages. I remember seeing that on CNN, but somehow people fell for, the lie that they said, oh, Trump was the one that built the cages. So she doesn't want to talk about that. She said, are you going to reunite the kids? They want you to believe that it is kids that are coming in, just to walk your sentiment. So let us hear more of this. so that before we get to where we're getting, before you start, complaining about, these fine immigrants that came in to collect their reparations that they were promised, before you start criticizing them, I just want you to see where this all began.
But a lot of these kids come out without the parents. They come over through cartels and through coyotes and through gangs.
Vice President Biden, let me bring you into this conversation. Quick response and then another question to you.
These 500 plus kids came with parents. They separated them at the border to make it a disincentive to come to begin with. Bay, real tough. We're really strong. And guess what? They cannot, it's not coyotes didn't bring them over. Their parents were with them. They got separated from their parents. And it makes us a laughing stock and violates every notion of who we are as a nation.
Let me ask you a follow-up
Kristen,
question.
they did it. We changed the policy.
Your response
they
to that?
They did it. We changed.
Did not.
They built the cages. Who built the cages, Joe?
Let's talk about what
Who
we're
built the
talking
cages,
about.
Joe?
Let's talk about what we're talking about. What happened? Parents were ripped, their kids were ripped from their arms and separated.
So you notice in this debate here, Biden is advocating for the people that are coming in illegally. Trump is advocating for America, people, the American citizens, people that are legally here and American citizens. So Biden he is openly advocating for illegal immigration. And he talked to the black people, talked the black into voting against their own interests, because black people were convinced that they are going to get reparation. This is why J.F. Kennedy said, don't ask for what your country can do for you. What can you do for your country? This is what happens when you think you should get free handout in your own country where you pay taxes. You are bound to fall for false temptation. The Democrats know this. They know, yeah, the topic was blacks were only interested in skin color. They wanted to vote for skin color. They think it's about skin color and what they can get free. And these talking points completely went over their head. They didn't even care. All they said was Trump is racist. They even said Trump was racist for putting up the wall. Let's hear what Biden has to say.
And now they cannot find over 500 sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It's criminal. It's criminal.
Let me ask
Kristen,
you about
I will say this. They went down. We brought reporters, everything. They are so well taken care of. They're in facilities that were so clean.
But some of them haven't been reunited
But
with
just
their
ask
families.
one question. Who built the cages? I'd love you to ask him that. Who built the cages?
Let me ask about your immigration policy, Mr. Vice President. The Obama administration did fail to deliver.
You guys see, they wouldn't ask Biden about who built the cages. He was Obama's vice president. During Obama's time, they built those cages. This was shown on TV, but they don't really care about all that. So guys, please get the likes up, get the likes up.
For immigration reform, which had been a key promise during the administration. It also presided over record deportations as well as family detentions at the border before changing course. So why should voters trust you with an immigration overhaul now?
Because we made a mistake. It took too long to get it right. It took too long to get it right. I'll be president of the United States, not vice president of the United States. And the fact is, I've made it very clear. Within 100 days, I'm going to send to the United States Congress a pathway to citizenship for over 11 million undocumented people.
Did you guys catch that? He literally just told, this is in 2020, he told the people who were supposed to vote for him, Americans, that when he becomes the president, he was going to give citizenship to 11 million, he said, undocumented, but illegals, people who illegally came in the country. obviously is more than 11 million. So obviously what is happening, the man is not lying. He did exactly as he promised. Let's hear more.
And all of those so-called dreamers, those DACA kids, they're going to be immediately certified again to be able to stay in this country and put on a path to citizenship. The idea that they are being sent home by this guy and they want to do that is they're going to a country they've never seen before. I can imagine you're 5 years old, your parents are taking you across the Rio Grande River and it's illegal. And you say, oh no, Mom, leave me here. I'm not going to go with you. They've been here. Many of them are model citizens. Over 20,000 of them are first responders out there taking care of people during this crisis. We owe them. We owe them.
You hear that? Did you guys hear during this time, did Biden say anything about owing anything to black people? No, he said they owe those people coming through the border, mostly Hispanics. Even these Africans that are out there protesting, I think they are just being used as the face for them to try to say anti-blackness. We would get to that because, again, most of them are from French-speaking countries. The people they brought in, they are mostly clueless. They don't know what is happening. All they care about is they were promised that they were going to get free stuff, and they must came for the free stuff because they think America is like France. You know, if you know, majority of the people that go to France and these other countries illegally, the French give them free stuff. So they are trying to create more confusion. So a lot of the black people that are on welfare, they might as well kiss welfare goodbye because, again, once we get to the migrants in New York, once we hear their demands, you might as well kiss welfare goodbye. Here we go.
Kristen, he had 8 years to do what he said he was going to do. And I've changed without having a specific. We got rid of catch and release. We got rid of a lot of horrible things that they put in and that they lived with. But he had 8 years he was vice president. He did nothing except build cages to keep children in.
Vice President Biden, your response.
The catch and release, you know what he's talking about there? If in fact you had a family came across and they were arrested, they in fact were given a date to show up for their hearing. They were released. And guess what? They showed up for a hearing. And this is the first president in the history of the United States of America that anybody seeking asylum has to do it in another country. That's never happened before in America. That's never happened before in America. You come to the United States and you make your case that I seek asylum based on the following premise: why I deserve it under American law.
So, are you guys hearing this, right? Biden is claiming that these people are coming to seek asylum. I mean, they are going past several different countries. What Trump did was he signed a law with, you know, Mexico, Guatemala, all these countries, you know, or else take money away from them. You know, because if you're in danger, yes, it makes sense. Like, how many countries have you skipped before you know, got to the United States? So Biden said they are here to seek asylum, but we would hear from the people themselves that, quote unquote, you know, are here for asylum. We would hear if they are really here for asylum, because asylum people would make their case for asylum. So when we hear from them, then you'll be able to determine if they're here for asylum or not.
They're sitting in squalor on the other side of the river.
President Trump, your response,
so
30
important.
seconds, and then we'll move
It
on.
just shows that he has no understanding of immigration or the laws. Catch and release is a disaster. A murderer would come in, a rapist would come in, a very bad person would come in. We would take their name. We have to release them into our country. And then you say they come back. less than 1% of the people come back. We have to send ICE out and Border Patrol out to find them. We would say, come back in 2 years, 3 years. We're going to give you a court case. You need Perry Mason. We're going to give you a court case. When you say they come back, they don't come back, Joe. They never come back. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, they might come back.
Okay, President Trump, let's give.
All right. So you guys got a little snippet of that, right? So Joe Biden openly invited them. Let's also take a look at New York City Governor Kathy Hochul inviting people to come to New York.
The migrants up here, we need them. I hear this in every corner of the state.
Do you guys, she said, they need the migrants in New York. They need them. So they are invited. So you can't really say they are there illegally. The president, current president, invited them. The governor of the state invited them. The mayor invited them. Here we go.
Governor Kathy Hochul's administration recently agreed to a proposal that could make it easier for migrants to get temporary jobs in state government. Approved earlier this month, the Civil Service Commission is working with agencies to implement the changes, which include dropping typical application requirements like proof of a high school diploma or proficiency in English.
Did you guys catch that? So, mind you, there's tons of Americans in New York City, blacks who are unemployed. There's tons of Americans, veterans who are homeless. So she changes the law. Say, hey, we need these immigrants to come in, you know, and because they know, like, the people come in, they don't speak English. They can barely write, you know. So they're like, no, there's no need to ask for high school diploma, no need, you know, no English proficiency, meaning you don't have to speak English. So again, like I would remind you, these are not coming from majority English speaking countries, and they are coming from countries is French, and most of them can barely even speak French. They can't even speak French. It's not like the educated French guys coming in either. So here we go.
I have 10,000 openings in the New York State workforce, from our operations to SUNY. I have 10,000 openings. So this is to give options for people, but to say we are working intensely to get work authorization applications. These are all legal people.
The goal is to make it fast.
Did you hear that? She said they are legal. Even though they walked through the border, she wants to employ them. She wants to employ them in the New York, city government. Can you believe that? So here we go.
Faster for migrants to get jobs once they get legal work authorization. Hochul is eyeing around 4,000 entry-level positions that are currently unfilled within state agencies. Those include clerical or administrative roles, technical.
Zongo, show respect. Don't come here trying to call me names, okay? If you're triggered, like every time you come here, I show you respect, like what you're writing in the chat, I hate to end up blocking you. We don't need no disrespect over here. We can agree to disagree, but if you want to disrespect me, I would definitely block you. Okay? I know some of you are going to be triggered because you're, quote unquote, you're, pro illegal whatsoever. I'm here to give the news. If you don't like it, just exit. But I would not tolerate you coming here disrespecting me on my own platform. Okay? Simple.
Support, equipment service, and repair jobs, as well as those positions in food services. Those jobs won't be limited to just migrants, and officials are billing it as a win-win, according to an internal memo obtained by New York One.
I'm anxious to get this moving quickly, and once they're approved, we can match people to jobs. They don't need to be reliant on services any longer, which I think is the objective, to not have people supported by taxpayers in our shelters.
It's part of an ongoing effort to inject new blood into a shrinking state workforce. Testifying before the state legislature on Tuesday, the head of the Civil Service Commission decried vacancies, saying they've already implemented temporary hiring measures on an emergency basis. Mayor Eric Adams also likes the new idea.
I would love to use migrants and asylum seekers to help with the lifeguard shortage. We've been successful to get almost 30,000 people to total application, including work authorization, asylum, and TPS.
Are you guys hearing this? So the governor and the mayor that the blacks voted for, according to what we are told, unless these people were just installed, because you know that can happen too. Because this right here is becoming weird, right? So they said they want to hire people, you know, who don't know English at all, don't have skills. So they are going to hire those people to take jobs from citizens. Here we go.
We want more.
He says the key is to speed up the federal government's long process that greenlights work approval, especially for the nearly 67,000 individuals currently living in the city's care, which could help the state labor department fill around 40,000 open positions posted by private businesses. But they're mainly outside of the Big Apple.
We're also looking forward to the state continuing to work with us to resettle families.
But it's been an ongoing struggle to convince migrants to relocate upstate, and the state's resettlement program has thus far only attracted a little over 100 migrants to that program.
All right, you guys see that, right? And they called for migrants to come, and they responded. They are coming from all different parts of the world. In fact, you know, we had somebody that went to the border that interviewed some of them. They are coming from even Somalia. Here's an interview with a Somali migrant trying to come in.
How long do you think it's going to take you to get to the United States?
Don't know. We never went there, so we're just trying to reach. We don't know how many days it will take.
And when you get there, what are you going to do? Do you have family there?
Yeah, family.
So this guy is a Somali. He's in Mexico coming in, right? So I want you guys to hear him out. Here we go.
Yeah, relatives there.
Where?
In America.
Where? United States?
Yeah, for me, they live in Minneapolis.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
That's right. That's the Somali center. He is going to Minnesota.
Do you know who Ilhan Omar is?
Yeah.
You do? Do you like her?
Of course, I like her.
You do?
Yeah, I want to be like her, just like her.
You want to be just like Ilhan Omar?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Ayub.
What is it?
Ayub.
Ayub.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
AYUB.
Ayub. So
Yeah.
you guys like Ilhan Omar?
Yeah.
Why?
You guys see the crew of the Somalis too coming in? They want to be like Ilhan Omar. Okay? They're going to run for office and take over. This is what, mind you, if you don't vote for me, you and black constituted. So I don't want to hear complaints. So here we go.
Because she's one of us. She's Somali, from Somalia. Then
She's one of you.
yeah, she went there by immigration, by like refugee. Then she became a congresswoman. So I want to be like her, going there.
You want
as
to
a
be in
refugee.
politics? You want to go work in politics in America?
Yeah. Or anything. For now, I don't have any choice. But if I go there and I find the space to be a politician, of course, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20. Yeah.
How old are all of you?
24.
24?
24.
24.
25.
25. So let me ask you. So, you know, you live in Somalia. You're a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
And you know, Ilhan Omar is a Muslim as well. What do you think about Jewish people and Christian people?
Yeah, just people like us. Muslims, religion doesn't matter. Everyone has his choice to become a Muslim, Christian, Jewish, doesn't matter.
Not in Somalia though.
Yeah,
There's a lot of persecution in Somalia. A lot of people.
no, yeah, because it's not the government, it's some terrorist guys.
And what happens? You're gonna go, and they may not let you in. So what happens if you get detained in Texas at the border? What are you gonna do?
There's nothing I can do. If I'm detained, what can I do? Nothing.
What do you think will happen to you?
Return to me to Mogadishu
Mogadishu.
or Somalia.
They'll put you on a plane, send you back.
I don't see that as a good option.
What do you think? You like Ilhan Omar. What do you think about Joe Biden?
Joe Biden? Yeah, of course. He's a good president too. Yeah.
Why?
You know, I don't follow the American politics, but I can see he's a good president.
Do you think he has made it easier for illegal aliens like yourself to come?
We can't say illegally. It's just refugee going there.
See, that's why they tell him you can't use the word illegal aliens. They just refugees. He wants to, work in politics when he gets in. Think about that. Like, yeah, man, I'm going to jump the border illegally, and then, hey, eventually I'll become a lawmaker. What type of law do you think he would be advocating for? You think his laws he would advocate for are going to be less radical than Ilhan Omar's? Or even worse? But here we go.
Well,
seeking for good life. So,
but it does, even if you are identifying as a refugee, it's still illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And so it's a crime.
Yeah, because he's trying to help.
You understand, though, that even if you want a better life, you're still committing a crime by trying to come into the country.
All right, I gave you a little snippet of, you see it, right? People are coming from all over. And so they said it's about blackness, because remember, some black people say they are welcoming to everyone. Let's see how the blacks are responding to what is happening, because they thought they were going to get their reparations. Let's see what the blacks think about this. This is for fair use.
Heated. Police had to step in. We're talking about city council today and a vote to spend $51 million on helping migrants here in Chicago. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kosloff was there for all the action, and Dana, strong feelings all around. Yeah, Erica, and for many.
So, because Chicago, the city, and they have a black mayor, right? So, approved at the time, 51 million for the quote unquote, migrants, illegal migrants. Imagine, so the blacks are heated. They're like, so we're not even going to get reparation. On top of that, you're going to take our tax money and give it to people who are not even paying taxes. They are not even citizens or legal residents of Chicago. Oh man, they are losing it. Here we go.
Different reasons, among them the fact that this $51 million approved today is only a short-term fix, and more money will be needed in just weeks.
We cannot continue to falsely pit communities against one another.
Deep emotional wounds coming to the surface.
As Black people who have been hurt continuously by the city and country it loves, it ain't our responsibility to take care of everybody else.
I bet she voted for Biden. I bet she did. It's emotional, like buyer's remorse. You voted for this, but here we go.
And anger.
We don't want to have to recall anybody. We don't want to have to protest anybody, but we are not going to be ignored, Brandon, Mayor Johnson.
Many in Chicago.
What they are failing to understand, it's a waste of time. You can't even recall these people. How are you going to? They are pumping the city with more new illegals into Chicago, and they count part of the vote. This is what people don't even realize. You cannot, like, you've basically like nullified your own vote. You know? Yes, she's sitting there crying. Like, the black lady is crying. Yeah, because she realized they messed up. They effed up. That's why she's crying.
Black community and the city council speaking out against spending $51 million to house migrants, asking when will the help for them finally become a reality.
And it cannot be put on the backs of the residents of Chicago without showing them that they're getting something out of this.
Mayor Brandon Johnson presiding over his...
And yes, this Brandon, you can clearly see that he is a plant. All these black mayors they've put in all these cities, you know, they are plants. They came, they gave black people, these people, they accepted it, and they are doing exactly what they, you know, what they are following the agenda. Because guys, think about it. How does this even make sense? Like, this makes absolutely no sense. How can people that voted you in, they voted you in, everything that you proposing is against them? In fact, you're voting to approve their own tax dollars, their money, to be taken and given away to people who have not even worked for it. That's why I called it reparation.
Second full city council meeting had to ask for calm more than once.
Will the Sergeant of Arms please restore some order?
Police also intervening at one point to allow the meeting to proceed. Ultimately, the measure passed with 34 votes. Many who voted to approve the money, like 49th Ward Alderwoman Maria Haddon, call this an immediate crisis that needs attention. But, she says, so do concerns of the city's black residents.
Why are black people in Chicago and some communities so angry? Why is all this?
Guys, I mean, come on, take a look at this woman. Take a look at her. Like, truly, like, you expect somebody like her, you are going to put power in this person's hand and think they would be rational? I mean, it's crazy, but okay.
This kind of anti-immigrant sentiment coming up, and I want to explain.
Oh, look at Mike. Oh, it's funny how Afridamus, the Gambian immigrant, have become Captain America. Sir, I didn't come here illegally. Okay? I didn't come cross the border. That's not how I came here. I'm just reporting the news. I'm not here to say I'm for or against any group. I'm just here giving the news, sir. And you can't put me in the same category as people who came here illegally and they are protesting them. No one has ever protested me. I came here legally, clean, legally. So get that through your head. I know you are triggered, you know, in your emotions as usual, but, you know, try to be rational for once, sir.
To folks, it's because if we cared as much about black people and had over the decades as we do about everyone else, we wouldn't be here.
But the money from a 2021 budget surplus will only last 1 month. Many alderpeople say it's time for a long-term plan and some state and federal help. With that, should taxpayers be concerned?
I think we should all be concerned anytime we're having to utilize this level of resources on a temporary situation, especially with not a real sight of federal support coming.
Hours after the meeting, Mayor Brandon Johnson offered no specifics.
We're going to have to dig in a little bit deeper in the city of Chicago, but that's going to be a collaborative approach.
So you see what's happening there in Chicago. Okay, Mike, I know you are trying to, you know, be seen, get my attention. I wouldn't pay any attention, sir. You can speculate all you want. What I know to be true is I am a tax-paying American, and I've been paying taxes for over 20 years, sir. So I don't get your point, okay? I did not cross the border illegally. I came here legally. very well vetted, and I came here legally. So I don't know what your point is. I know you are all in your feelings as usual, but please relax, okay? Relax. Now let's go to New York City, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to New York City. Let us, because in Chicago they are bringing the Hispanic, illegal migrants there. So they want to keep New York black. So they are bringing in people from Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, Haiti, like French-speaking people. So they were out there protesting at the city hall. What are they protesting? I'll let you guys hear it out. Like one of the ladies, I wish I had her video. She is from the Congo. This woman wants them to introduce Lingala language, the languages they speak in their region, into America. Like, you are coming to America. You are choosing to come to America where they don't speak this language, but she wants the language introduced. So, and I noticed in the hearing, they mostly invited, women are the ones talking because they want to use, what is it called? Emotions. They want to push emotion on people. So, I mean, it made me laugh, to be honest. But let's hear this out. Some of them cannot even, they can't even speak, I'm talking, not even French. Because at least maybe if you can speak some French, you can read, you'll be able to easily translate. They speak nothing. And I believe that was done on purpose. That was done on purpose, like to create more confusion. Because if the new people you're bringing in, they cannot speak the language, right? The natives there are upset at them. You think they even know that they are upset? No. So in fact, to even make it worse, look at what they are calling the protests. They are calling it, they are saying, is anti-blackness protest. So anti-blackness is, they said, is been directed at them. So is it because you don't know the language? Or maybe these people's politicians are taking their tax dollars and giving it to you? So it's to create confusion, to create this big animosity, because these people are coming in feeling entitled. And when I say entitled, you guys thought the blacks were entitled? Wait till you hear these migrants here.
Black migrants, many from African countries, showed up at City Hall demanding better treatment. They say they just want a job and basic shelter.
And Chopper 2 was overhead this afternoon, showing the large group outside City Hall just how many people this issue is impacting. The steps of City Hall also packed. CBS 2's John Diaz reports now on the changes that they're calling for.
Every migrant we spoke with has something in common. They want to work. Right now, they're trying to cut through all the red tape that's stopping them, asking local leaders to put pressure on Washington, D.C. to make a change. As dozens rallied on the steps outside City Hall and hundreds showed up in support nearby inside the council chambers.
You guys see that? That's the Congolese lady here. Let me read it. Songo said, Afridamus once claimed America is a nation of immigrants, but for some reason today he's against illegal immigration. Sir, you've answered your own question. You said illegal migration. So when I did the show, I said nation of immigrants. I didn't say illegal immigrants. So get that through your head, sir. You just answered your own question. Guys, stop trying to be all in your feelings. Come on. Like, what is this all about? So you want me to come here and, he used the word, the keyword. Oh, illegal migration. Sir, you've answered your own question. All right? Okay.
Tears were shed for all black migrants impacted by what advocates are calling unfair treatment.
They are here to show you that they belong and that they are here.
Guys, you see, just listen to, you notice they put women in the front line. This is the typical talking point, the infused emotion, tears to get their way. So again, these people were invited by Joe Biden, the governor, the mayor. So here we go.
And that they should not be erased. Please listen to them.
Tuesday, City Council members held its first hearing to learn more about the experiences black migrants have been going through in New York.
You see, they like to use color. Black migrants, they will not say where the people come from. So they're just gonna, blanket it straight. So here we go.
Black migrants have reported verbal and physical abuse due to the color of their skin.
Federal immigration laws are either slowing down the process for...
See, now they are the new FBA. They've been watching the FBAs. Anything that doesn't go their way is because of their skin color. No, ma'am. You mean most people are not welcoming because you guys are not invited? You didn't come legally? Could that be the problem? Could that possibly be the reason? Is it, did that ever even cross their mind that it has nothing to do with your skin color? It's just you are at a place where the people are fed up with you and they're seeing their tax dollars being taken and being given to you. And now they are, that's why I say, it's over for the FBAs, because these people have hijacked the black thing. So now they're, the FBAs themselves, in fact, they're in the city halls, in the street complaining about this. But you got this other group here saying these people are talking against them because of their skin color. You see how they are muddying the water? But here we go.
These migrants to get working permits, or depending on what country they come from, it makes them ineligible.
But when they give our work permits, we can work and take care of ourselves.
Governor Kathy Hochul has tried to speed along the process. These migrants are also up in arms over language access barriers and temporary shelters, saying 30 days isn't long enough. This mother and her 2 kids have been staying at the Humanitarian Relief Center at Floyd Bennett Field, but she says the city should be providing more assistance.
What I expect to have like a help from American people, I did not see that.
Did you guys hear this? Like, the face of immigration have completely changed. How are you going to go to a country and just boldly stand in front of the camera and say, the help I expected from the American people, they are not giving it to me. Like, ma'am, you can always go back to wherever you came from. But again, you cannot blame them. They were invited by the government. Very, very entitled people. Very entitled. Let me play you some more.
The Relief Center continues to be a point of contention for Republican council member Vicky Palladino, who says the city is already giving the migrants too much.
This is absolute insanity at its finest.
And most migrants we saw out here today were young men, but also we saw some families, including children and even some infants.
So guys, you see that, right? Let me find this video. There was a lady they invited to go, in front of them to talk, right? She knows no English, no French, nothing. She only speaks Fula. Guys, like, come on now, like, really? Like, she only speaks Fulani, that's it. Nothing else. And you know what she was complaining about? She said the food wasn't good enough, The the food wasn't good enough, and the the hotels, they're not allowing them to stay there long. Like, this is what is happening. American royalty say an African YouTuber bringing up BAs during migrant situation is beautiful. Okay, guys, I'm gonna drop the link. It looks like we're almost at the hour mark. Let me bring in the panel. And those of you that are all in your feelings, stick to the topic, okay? I know some of you, your emotions doesn't allow you to be able to critically, argue points. You're just all up in your feelings. If that's you today, I don't want you calling in, because if you call in, you're going to embarrass yourself, okay? So make sure before you come up here, you have something to say about the topic. All right. We have Ola in the house. Kidola, how you doing?
Good day, my brother. Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Kidola, you are seeing, they have these, illegal African migrants coming in, and they are demanding, free stuff. They believe that America owes them, and majority of these people, they are bringing them from like Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, Somalia. You see, like, French-speaking places, and most of them cannot even speak French, and also Congo. What do you think about this situation? Because the FBA people, they voted for a president who clearly told them they were going to open the border.
Hey, brother Alfred Damas, thank you for having me on. I'm just gonna be quick as I'm only gonna be on for 2 minutes, but
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Can
Hold
you
on.
hear me or no?
Yeah, but relax. This is Kidola's turn. We'll get to you in a second, okay? Go ahead, Kidola.
Yeah, thank you, bro. You see, I think these migrants need to be traveling for years, and the information they have, or the information they acquired somewhere, that when you get to America, everything is just milk and honey. Then in Mexico, they will say, no, if you just cross over, that is the heaven. Get to the heaven, they find that it's not really the heaven, that is a place whereby you have to work hard. It's not free for all, and it's going to be very difficult because they're not documented people.
And also language barrier.
Yeah, language barrier. I think some of them can speak English, but I think they're just pretending it.
No, they brought like a woman there, like she was speaking. She knows no English. She only knows Fuller. There's several of them. One lady from Congo, she wants to lecture to the American people how they should, allow them to introduce their language called Lingala. I mean, we're talking entitlement.
It's a game. You see, the Latinos also playing this game also. They brought them in.
Yes.
These people were in Mexico before, right? They crossed over. They brought them to New York. Mexico border is far from the other side.
Yes, they transported them in.
They transported. So now they want to get the documents in New York, just like that. And that will be very, very, very difficult for them.
No, but they were promised that they are going to get the document.
The people that brought them in promised them that they will have good time there. They will have good time in New York. It's a city of black and everything. Getting to New York,
the blacks are suffering from this.
Look, yes, it's two ways. You see the Mexicans in Chicago, the way they were supporting their own people.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Mexicans say, "Oh, why are you blacks angry? Huh? Why you blacks angry? What's your business?" Because these Africans that came in, they are part of, kind of like they call it in military terms. Is it collateral damage? You understand?
Yeah.
The real people they want to bring in are the Latinos
Right.
to totally destroy the black vote power.
Yes.
I mean, that they are getting, because the Latinos are coming in thousands. Maybe the Africans there highest 1,000, but the Latinos are coming in. When I mean the Latinos, all the way to El Salvador, all those Honduras, all these guys are packing in. So these few Africans, they are part of the Crotora. You understand?
Yes, it's protest, right?
Yes.
Protest, they are pushing the Africans forward to further the Latino agenda, to blind black people who are into the skin color thing.
Yes. That's why they place them, strategically. Chicago, some black people are there a lot now. Quench the vote power of the blacks in Chicago, right? Took some Latinos there. You have to say the Latinos already in the way occupying the South. You understand? The Texas territory, Arizona, all those territories, New Mexico, all those territories. So they're placing them strategically. You see, the blacks are not coming to help their so-called fellow skin brothers. You understand? But when this black African,
wait, Kidola. But Kidola, they are taking the blacks their reparation money and giving it to strangers.
Yeah, but you see, it's not only the Africans they're giving to, but if you hear the black people are complaining, the blacks are complaining, oh, these Africans are looking for this, these Africans are looking, but they don't complain about the Latinos dominating Mexico now, and the Mexican people are supporting them. You understand me? Supporting them for these Mexicans to get that so-called big amount of money. While in New York, these Africans they are jumping up like birds. Help! Where's the corn? Help! So the blacks will suffer it. And check what they would deport some of majority of these people. This is one thing.
Yeah.
Some of them, a majority of them will go back home. They will deport them. That is just the truth. The black will pay, these black Africans will pay a price for this their protest.
Yes.
The Latinos that came will stay. Among these 1,000, maybe 900, 500 black Africans that is protesting, maybe they might allow, maybe 100 to be there. Then they will deport the other ones back straight to Africa or straight to where they're coming from. So that's just the thing. But these Africans have to be very, very careful. They have to play safe game. Don't just pump your eyes and face up. This country have rules and laws. When that time comes, they will apply those rules on you. Without no sympathy. They will tell you this is the rules, this is the law. You understand me? So they have to play safe. And I don't want to hear
it's too late.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear any black American coming to say, oh, we create the way for them to come. We create the way for them, because the Mexicans now are now singing the national anthem of the Mexican people.
Right.
The blacks are not coming to sing the national anthem of the black people. You understand me? So I don't want to hear, oh, we create the way. Come on, some of these blacks tell you, where were you when I was struggling in New York? I didn't know you. I never met somebody like you. So it's always the power to dominate and totally kill the black Americans' voting power.
But Kidola, Biden, even these mayors, like even in Chicago, they told the voters what they were going to do, and that's exactly what they are doing. People still voted for them.
After that much, see what they're doing, right? They cannot just bring thousands of Latinos in, so they have to a little bit take some spots of black people, African people into that mix of salad. You understand me? So these are like black pepper into a paprika salad. You understand me? So they bring a lot of paprika. That's okay. We need some small black pepper inside this paprika salad. So what they did, okay, oh yeah, there's some Africans there. Oh yeah, come. You understand me? Bring them in. But these people, they are what's called useful idiots. They will deport majority of them back. The Latinos will remain. And some of these Africans that will remain there, and they will hear in YouTube, oh, we create a way for you to come. So, when do I know you? Do I ever met somebody like you? Who are you?
Yeah, but you saw the blacks, protesting in Chicago, crying, even because of what is happening.
Who? The black Americans?
Yeah, because they are sick and tired of their money being taken away and given to illegal immigrants.
The blacks are protesting against the Africans. They say no.
They're protesting against all of them.
And that one in Chicago, because they know sooner or later they'll be pushed out of their neighborhood because the Latinos don't play games, right? They will be in this. Look, Aphrodite, these Latinos that are in the United States, these are capitalists. You know, they're coming to buy these properties of the blacks later. So these black people are now fighting hard, shouting. Because they know these Latinos are coming to take over their neighborhood, push them out, make them a minority in a little space where they will allow them to exist. But in New York, the black Americans are protesting and say, these Africans, we don't know them. They speak two different languages.
Right.
And the black Americans are not really conversing for them. So whoa, what a minute. Why don't you have these people there? Because you see the game, the Latinos, that's what said this black pepper they brought in, they will take some of them out of the salad, take them back to their neighborhood, to their country. They will allow few small black peppers so that will not be too spicy. Why the paprika will become a lot because it's far more juicier. You understand me?
Yeah.
So this is what you will see in the long run.
Thank you. Let's bring in Zulia. Zulia, are you there?
I am there.
Zulia, what do you think about this illegal immigration thing? The African migrants out there protesting, saying that what they were promised is not being given to them. They just want, some of them want to work, some of them want their language to be introduced. They need interpreters. So a lot of entitlement. They want housing, good food, and this is all free, by the way. What do you want to add on to this?
I think you're 100% right in your position. I mean, how did these people get there?
Right.
This is not. We're having a similar problem in Europe and the UK. It's mainly people from the Middle East and certain African countries, quite a few, Somalia, Senegal, Nigeria, not Ghana, not Gambia. A lot of migrants, a lot of Tunisians as well. It's all the same story. A lot's come illegally. We don't know if they have AIDS. We don't know if they have rape, if they're pedophiles. We don't know. A lot of them come to the UK and or Europe, and you could see high-profile crimes like, oh, a migrant does this crime. It's all over the news. To me, it appears three things are going on. One, population replacement for whatever reason. I think these white folks may have a point. The second thing is they may be trying to encourage some sort of ethnic, tribal, civil war type tension within these countries.
Yeah, because why bring in people who can't even speak a lick of the language?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And another problem that we have to be careful for is a lot of these native folks, or these Europeans, I don't know how much more they can take, because countries like Ireland, they've had riots in November because some Algerian Muslim immigrant stabbed a pregnant woman on the high street in broad daylight. Yes, this is true. And recently we've had a couple of stories in the UK of migrants doing crazy stuff, raping children, raping women, essay women, terrorism, at least in the Europe, I could talk about Europe, is they're sick of blacks and Muslims. They don't want no more migrants, man. And they really don't like Muslims, and they really don't like Africans. So to me, it's just a recipe for disaster. And I'm just counting down the days until they've had enough, because this can't go on much more. It can't.
Yeah, I think it's been done on purpose, because how are they, like, people from like certain country were able to travel? They're the ones who travel all the way from West Africa to congregate, at the border to be brought in. Somebody's facilitating the transportation.
It has to be. There's no way, because listen. There's no way people could go through all these difficult routes, going from one place to the other. They pay these human smugglers thousands of pounds at least to get into Europe, or dollars, thousands of dollars to get to Europe. And then they're able to go and catch all these cars, pay money to do this, that, then the other. And then they've got iPhones. And then they complain about it's deliberately happening. And then the United States thing is crazy. What is a Somalian doing in Mexico? Like, how did he afford the flight? He can't take no dinghy over there. So who's allowing this to happen?
Somebody's doing something. Let's bring in St. James. St. James, welcome to the Afridamus Report. St. James, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, man. Thanks for having me.
St. James, what is your take on, the Black migrants out there protesting, complaining about, jobs, complaining about food and housing. And by the way, they want all this for free. And, what do you make of it?
Afadamas, free is for the taking, right? So
Right.
free is for the taking, and anybody shouldn't be mad at something that is free, right? To anybody. You see the mayor of New York, right? You see the mayor
The
of
governor.
the mayor of New York, governor of New York, the mayor of Chicago, they are all in the same plot, right? Because they are just helping, their master, who's Joe Biden, implement a plan, to replace certain people in America by immigrant.
You think they're trying to replace the blacks?
Absolutely, Afadamus. I'm African, but we have to be honest, man. Listen, I'm not saying that they don't want to replace. I mean, the plan is for a long term, but like what someone was saying, is mind-boggling, right? To even sit here and imagine African in West Africa knowing routes how to get to the United States. This is something that needs to be investigated.
And also, St. James, also people, they're not coming from Nigeria, Ghana, like the English-speaking countries in West Africa. There are many people from Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea, like some of these people cannot even speak, even French. They only speak Fula. You see what I'm saying? So what are they trying to do?
Absolutely. Afadamus, when I was back home last year, right? You know what I noticed? Like in the U.S. Embassy, in order for you to get the visa in Francophone Africa, I don't know if that's the same in Anglophone, right? It takes almost a year to even get an appointment. Almost a year. Some people are even going on 2 years just to get an appointment to come here legally, just to visit. So to me, right, when I was
like 2 years,
yes.
Oh my God,
that's
a long time.
You have to go online, check for a slot, pay your money, and wait for you to even be called for an interview. It's not even get a visa to even be called for an interview. So I was at the U.S. Embassy. I talked to these people. I say, you know what? These Africans are watching your southern border widely open. You guys are letting people come here illegally while the legal immigration is stopped. So can you explain to me exactly what's happening here? The guy at the embassy couldn't even talk. He was like, yeah, man, we don't have the resources. I'm like, are you serious? Are you really serious right now? Because listen, this doesn't make sense. That's why I kind of understood there is a plan in motion, because they're kind of stopping legal immigration just to favor illegal immigration when it comes to Francophone Africa. And listen, like you said, us coming from Francophone Africa, right? Let's say, like you mentioned, the language barrier is here. So you have to really go to English as a second language classes, for 6 months to a year, for you to even speak English, to pretend to even get in a decent job. That's not happening. So they're bringing all kind of people, like you said. Some of these people don't even speak French. So
yeah, they don't speak French. They can't write. Like
absolutely.
They can't. So at least if you speak French, you would, you understand writing. You went to school in that.
Yes,
you'll be able to adjust if they put you in a classroom. But if you haven't even you are illiterate, the concept of learning in that setting is not even there.
It's not even there, right? And that's why, coming from a Francophone Africa, I look at these people, I'm like, man, you guys are setting these people for failure, man. Let's say, you on one hand, you cannot say you helping these people, but on the other hand, you are just picking the wrong candidate for the situation. I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? These people are gonna be. I know Asylum. I know the Asylum program here in America, Afrodamus. Like Kidola said, most of the people will be returned back home. They will use them, squeeze them, for 7 years. 6. I know asylum seeker here in America, right? Who are going 6 to 7, 8 years straight without an appointment. Imagine at that time what you will be doing. These
So
people are talking about.
are they able to work within that time?
They will give them the they will give them work papers, which has to be renewed, like I believe every year. But you are doing hard jobs. What else you can do? That's what I'm saying. They're gonna be using you. And one day a judge, you will get your last appointment, and the judge will tell you, I don't believe your story. Therefore, you have to go back home. What are you gonna do? After being here for 8, 7, 10 years. That's what the Democrats are not telling you. All these people who claim asylum, those people are laughing because listen, like a small percentage of these people will get the asylum visa approved. After being here for so many years, they will lie to these people. They will use them after they will throw them away. Trust me, because imagine, like, let's say 500 to 1,000 Senegalese cross the border and get to the United States, right? You know what's going to happen? They will all have the same story.
Yeah, but Senegal possibly, right?
Right.
This is like Senegal, Guinea, even Mauritania. What could the asylum be based off of? These are peaceful countries. Like what would it be based off of?
Affidavits, because when we say this is a plot, right? You will have immigration lawyers in New York, in Chicago, calling on these people. Listen, we can help you here. Just to take a meeting to talk about your issue to a lawyer is like $2,500 to $3,000. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's a well orchestrated situation.
Wait.
Zongo, don't interrupt him. Let him. Your turn.
I'm trying to see. Do you mean the retainer fees or what? Or just like
yes, like for the lawyer to prep your documentation for you to even get an appointment. The going rate is $25,000 to $3,000. These are even the newbies, like the lawyers that never even like who are just new to the situation. Like veteran lawyers, they will take $5,000 to $6,000. I know how they scam people. These Africans will be scammed. To the point they will find out, listen, this is a game, for these people to take your money.
So St. James, with the protest they are doing, they're saying is the anti-blackness protest, against them. Do you think these people are clueless? They think they can do what the blacks are doing? Don't you think this is gonna hurt them in the long run? Using the black talk.
Afadamus, this African cannot put this protest together. Somebody is behind.
Somebody did, of course.
Yeah, somebody's behind it, telling this African, yes, you know what? In America, if you can't get it, use your race. If you can't get it, listen. That's what they're going to tell them. Hey, man, you black, and you live in Harlem, or you got to use your race so these white people can listen to you. They don't know anything, so they will be used once again. Against their own will, and they will soon find out, right? None of them, most of them, they're not going to make it in New York. And all this mayor talking about we got hundreds of thousands of jobs. It's a lie.
I know.
It's a lie and then people are not even pushing back, right? There are a lot of Americans here who are looking for jobs. Even this economy right now, people are doing 2 jobs and 3 jobs,
right,
just to get by. That's what they're not talking about. Americans are doing 2 jobs. Real Americans doing 2 jobs right now because the economy is not working for everybody. So for you to come here just listening to a mayor telling you we got hundreds of thousands of jobs, you might be out of your mind because you're not even, listen, all these jobs, what kind of jobs you will be doing as an immigrant? Afridam was telling me in New York, what job?
Yeah, they gotta go into those stores and pick those boxes.
And you will be cleaning after people, cleaning the street. You can't do this job for years, bro. You can't do this job for years because Afridam is what pissed me off, right? These people are being set up for failure. And I'm sad to see African being used. Trust me, even when I was home, right, I had a lot of African came to me like, yeah, listen, the route from Brazil to the state is open. I say, good luck. But you know what? When you get to the state, all these Africans who came here legally, right? You're going to find out they're not even in position to help you. Trust me. Because even those people who came here legally, they're struggling. A lot of them are struggling to get by. And you just want to come here legally thinking that you're going to make it. This is going to take years. And you will find out.
It makes
You
it
will
harder
find
for them.
it makes it harder for you. Even like in my community here in Denver, Colorado, I got so many calls about, like, hey, we need to come together because this guy came and he can't find an apartment. This guy came, he can't. I'm like, bruh. So who is helping the helper?
Yeah.
Who's helping the helper? Because the helper is even calling for help, he can't get it. So you can't, like, I had this lady, Afro Diamond, she came here with her daughter. Trust me, sad story.
Like a couple of them, these people in the interviews, they showed up here with their kids.
With their kids. Even
literally, like, do they even understand how difficult their life is going to be?
They don't. That lady had a ankle monitor. I was looking at that lady. She was telling me about her story, how she got to the city. I'm like, ma'am, I held back, right? I wanted to say something, but I held back. I was like, lady, I wish you the best of luck, man. I know you need that strength for your daughter, but in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to say the things I wanted to say because she had a daughter and then she has to care for her daughter. I was like, yeah, I wish you all the best, because you will live here in America and find out, like what it's like to be here with a daughter. And you can't, like, imagine this lady getting a job. Where is she going to take her daughter? She doesn't even have money for somebody to care for her daughter while she's working. She's using one of my guys helping her. I'm like, good luck to you, man. Listen, come on now. You got to be honest to our people back home. Let's be honest. America, I don't know. I wasn't here 100 years ago. I don't know how it was, but we have to tell these people, man, the resources that people are pretending that you will be having is going to be very limited for you when you get here. It's going to be very limited. And you will be used. You can go about 10 years and you're not going to have the papers. Somebody's going to use you until you get tired or you want to go back home. I've seen that a lot. Most of these people who fight asylum, they are the most miserable group.
You're right. Like most Africans I've heard, even doing the asylum. I mean, literally, I don't know if I've seen any who has ever even been approved. They just keep going back and forth,
They keep renewing. That's the game, Afro Diamond. They keep renewing just to give you hope that it's going to get better. Afro Diamonds, imagine right now, let's say Joe Biden, which I believe he will, right? Let's imagine Joe Biden lose the election and Trump
comes in.
Bro, your 7 year wait period will become 20 years wait period.
No, they're going to be, the majority will be deported.
They will be deported. And the one that will remain, they will give them further dates. If you had 7 years wait period, they will give you, they will add another 10. Can you imagine that's what I tell these Africans, that the asylum seeking program is the worst. It's the worst, but they will lie to you because in every country, what the Black American don't understand, right? If you come here and you claim asylum, the government is obligated, Afro Diamonds, let's put that word in there. It is obligated to make sure they care for you by providing housing and providing assistance in terms of foods. It is obligated. If you check the box that you are an asylum seeker, the government is obligated. Not only the America, all these countries that agree with the program. I believe it's a United Nations program. So the
asylees are taking, FBA's reparation money then?
Well, they might as well take it because it comes for free. And if Black Americans don't know how to get reparation, the immigration group will, right? They will. Because like you said, I'm happy that you brought the refresher that whatever Trump was talking about, listen, these people will come and take your money. They will come take your funds. They will come and, invade your neighborhood. These people didn't listen. They said, yeah, we'll go with Joe, right? So voting for Joe, you voted for the programs. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? I don't understand the fake outrage. Like, this is not what we wanted. You made it clear this is what you wanted. So he just went ahead and just did what he said he was going to do. So you shouldn't be mad. You shouldn't be mad because he said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't Black. And that's what he said.
Yeah.
So he's bringing you, he's giving you a tiny percentage of Blackness.
Man, this is
I mean,
these are crazy times in America.
and they are in their feelings, Alpha. They are in their feelings. I'm like, this is just a tiny bit.
But you know, the people, they call it illegals. They are making demands. They are making demands.
This is the American way, right? I mean, anything that's for free is for the taking. So anybody that comes here illegally, there is another group that will tell them, hey, you guys are illegal, but listen, you can still make demands. These immigrants that just got here yesterday, they don't know about these resources being in place for them. Somebody, because you see that lady that was there at the city hall, that chunky lady, these people are
they're using the African,
absolutely. Everybody's getting paid, right? Like I told you, it's the judge is getting his, the lawyers are getting their money, and all these people working for the cities, everybody's getting what they wanted.
Man, I should apply to be a caseworker for immigrants.
Caseworker, even in Denver, Colorado, every time they're looking for translators. They're looking for translators.
I better move to New York. There's plenty from Senegal. I speak Wolof. I'm a caseworker.
Listen, Alpha, because even here, right, asylum seekers, even to help fill up the forms, you can charge money. You can charge money. Listen, it's money for everybody, but I don't feel like doing it, because I just give my advice for free to Africans, because every time I drive home, I see somebody with a sign talking about I need help, and the guy looks African. So
wait, like you're seeing like Africans with the sign?
Yes.
So there's I heard in Colorado they voted. They said they no longer want to be a sanctuary city.
Apadamus, the mayor, unfortunately, we are a sanctuary city, but I think in our state, people are kind of waking up because people are really tired of seeing this, So I don't know.
So you guys have like a lot of African illegals with even signs?
Apadamus, I saw it, not a lot, but I saw a few.
Oh man,
I saw a few. He started me. The guy, he's rough out there. Dark, so I think he was Senegalese. I was like, bro, I wanted to pull over, but I was on the opposite side. I was like, bro, I wanted to pull over so I can go have a conversation with my bro. I'm like, do you see how you look here? If you have to take a picture or a video sent to your family back home, how would you look, bro? This is not what you signed up for. That's what I got in my mind, man. I'm like, I need to pull over and talk to my African brothers, man. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. Trust me, I know the situation back home in certain countries is not the prettiest, but for you to come over here so you can have a sign and beg for money, come on, man, that's even worse. That's even worse for all these people who lie to you that America has all these resources to take care of you, and damn you here with a sign talking about I need money to take care of myself, man. This is a bad pictures. That's if we can, I don't know. I mean, it's not going to stop much, but we have to talk to our African brothers, man. Come legally, try to come here legally. Wherever you want to go, try to make it legally so you don't have to suffer, because all these people telling you that we have the resources, they're lying to you. They want to use you. They will use you. They don't have this emotion, towards you like that, because they have plenty of people that look like them that can't even help. So
exactly.
So
let's bring in Rasmus. Sorry, Rasmus, go ahead.
Yeah, greeting to you, Aphrodimus. I don't think it's my turn, but man, St. James, man, you so long-winded, brother. I felt like I was in church, but I'm gonna use my time to Al, because that was not my turn yet.
Okay, Al came before you. Go ahead, Al.
No, my brother Rasmus, I'll let you go out first, brother.
Oh, come on, talk, man. What are you guys doing? Stop passing. Come on, guys. What's happening here?
What's going on with my full-out brother today, man? But yeah, Aphrodimus, listen, man. It saddened me to see my fellow African brothers and sisters, and also some of my people from Haiti. I mean, to act like that. Because I remember like when I was coming to America, I had to go to the embassy, and then I had to go there multiple times. I had to take like a bunch of tests, and if I failed some of these tests, some of these tests, I would be declining and I would not be approved to come to America. And I feel like that's what America is lacking from. Like they need to come back to that. If you want to come to America, you gotta follow the procedure. You gotta go to the right path. Don't come the illegal way and expect to get resources. And, you gotta come the legal ways like everybody else. I've been in this country for over 19 years. And I'm doing great for myself, but just do it the legal ways.
Exactly.
Period. Just do it the legal ways. Don't expect like people to give you things. Being in America, nothing is free. Like even if they offered you something for free,
there's no free lunch.
No, ain't no free lunch. You're gonna end up like paying it later on. Because nothing is free in America. It's you want to be independent. You don't want to be dependent on no type of government over you. You don't want to depend on government resources. Like you need to be independent, and you need to have your own resources. Period. Create your own resources for yourself.
So Rasmus, what do you make of these Africans there in New York? They said they're doing this anti-blackness protest, but mind you, these people claim they're seeking asylum, but they are making demands of things to be given to them. What do you think would happen to their situation in the long run?
You see, this is our problem, Afrodamus. You can't come to a country and then you see the people that were here before you, and you have the nerve to put yourself in front of them, like demanding stuff. You gotta work for your stuff. If these people if your predecessors, if these people that were here before you and then you just got here, if they've been asking for stuff and they're not giving anything in return, and then when they see you complaining, whining, trying to get stuff, how do you think these people are gonna feel?
Exactly.
See, that's the problem. Like you gotta humble yourself, man. You need to humble yourself.
But they don't know though. They are told that they were invited by the governor, the mayor. You saw the video, Joe Biden. So that's what they are going by. But it also shows how clueless they are and their character. Like, why are they going for that to begin with?
See, you see, Afrodamus, I think they are doing that because like they want to replace the black voters.
And they're claiming, racism also.
In a way it is, because in America, black people in America like they solely identify themselves like by black. Everything is black. The culture is black, the language is black, the lingo is black, the ethnicity is black, the race is black, everything is black.
No, but they just got here.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, that you're coming over here, then you want to align yourself with them, and then you in a way kind of taking from them. So you gotta yeah.
Do you think this quote unquote migrant advocate, let's say, they're the ones even setting this up? Maybe they are making these people follow the FBA textbook to help the cause of the Spanish people. Do you think that's what this is?
To some extent, I think it is. But with the Hispanic are more lean towards to conservative. Like Hispanic people will fool the Democrats thinking that they're gonna vote Democrats, but once they become legal citizens, they're gonna go to the other route. They're gonna start voting Republican.
No, but there's a lot of them also who are in the Democratic plantation.
Yes,
that's for sure. There's a ton of them.
But to be honest with you, Afrodamis, most of them are very conservative. I mean, I live with them.
The
Yeah,
Cubans.
the Cubans, some Mexican are very conservative as well. Some Mexican are very conservative too. I don't know about Puerto Rican or Dominicans, but the ones that I'm around, like, for instance, like the Mexicans, they are very conservative, and a lot of them, like, they vote Republican for the most. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They vote heavy on.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They vote heavy for Democrat, because look at it. Even these sanctuary city, like look at Chicago, right? I showed the video. You've got that woman, Hispanic woman.
The Hispanic have already replaced the black in Chicago. I mean, here, I mean, where I am right now in Nashville, they've already replaced the black here. I mean, here in South Nashville, that's where I reside. That's where I'm at currently. They have already replaced the black. Like majority, like professional work, like that used to be done by the blacks. Like, for instance, like landscaping, construction work. There's a bunch of Hispanic and Kurdish and Arab people that's doing that, and some Somali that's doing that. I mean, like, I don't see black around here in South Nashville doing this kind of work. I don't see them.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I mean, they've already been replaced. I mean, so
let's bring in Al.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to the Afridamos report. What do you want to add onto this? Illegal immigrants from Africa protesting anti-blackness and making their request in New York City.
Yeah. First of all, greetings to everyone, Raswa, Zango, and the panel. Afrodemos, what's going on, man? Are you stopping our people going over there now? Yeah?
What?
Who's paying you? Are you stopping our people going to America now? Who's
Sir, I'm just, I'm just doing the report. I'm just doing the report. The people. That's why I say people gotta get out of their feelings. Don't shoot the messenger. Listen to the message.
I'm gonna come in a different angle. Listen, Afrodemos, listen. I don't know who is actually brainwashing me recently, but I'm getting really concerned. And
focus on the topic. This is not about me. I'm just here to bring real topic. You do believe that every country have laws, right?
Okay, yes, right. In fact, illegal aliens are one of the biggest problems. Legal migration, is a fact. We can't shy away from that. Basically, the only thing I can say about this, right? I'm looking at this from a different angle, from the American point of view, looking at the America, current political system. You have Trump and the Republicans who are heavily engaged in voter suppression, right?
Wait, you said when you say voter suppression, can you explain what that means?
Where they're trying to, I read about, I didn't go into it too much, but I don't really follow American politics.
Well, you're saying voter suppression, so
yes,
explain to us what that even means.
All right, okay, I'm going to make it short. Like voter suppression can be number one, like where areas where you normally don't require ID to vote, where you will be now required ID to vote, and also restrict different kind of restriction on.
So wait, you're saying Republicans are saying no ID?
I think Republicans are trying to implement stuff like in the UK. They in fact trying to do that with the current government, where you.
No. The laws here, you have to have ID.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So you have to have ID. It is the Democrats who are saying you don't need an ID, and they are bringing in illegals. What does that mean?
Right. Okay. So
you need ID for everything.
Maybe
so
how
no.
Maybe so. Let me finish. Maybe it's to counter that. Maybe. But anyway, I don't know that much about.
I don't know what you're reading, but it's the opposite.
Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, right, if What I heard and some of the stuff I've seen that the Republicans are trying to make it harder for some people to vote. And some communities, maybe I don't have that much detail into it. Maybe some African American or Black Africans in the US can actually come in and explain that for them.
Well, I'm Black. That's why I'm asking you. How is that? So you are telling me if you are asked to, come with your ID to vote.
Listen, I'm not anti-Trump, you idiot.
I'm just asking. I'm asking because they literally made this argument where Biden they claim that Black people cannot get ID. Wait, because you're veering off. I'm saying in America you need ID for everything, sir. So if somebody, how does it make sense to you for someone to tell you, you need ID for everything except to vote? Does that person does that person sound like, honest person? Do they sound like they want to do some shenanigans? Why would somebody even fight against people presenting their ID to show who you are?
Well, I don't know, but that's what I.
No, I'm asking you. Well,
sometimes some people don't have an ID. Some people are born in the UK.
Then they don't need to vote. If you don't have an ID, this is not.
How would you call that then? How would you call that? If you're born in the country, you don't have an ID.
Even criminals are not allowed to vote. Can you tell him how long it takes to get an ID in the United States? Maybe he doesn't know.
No, do you know? Already answered my question.
Hold on. Do you know? Wait.
You're not allowed to vote because you don't have an ID. What does that mean? What is the term? What is the term of that? Voter suppression. That means you're suppressing the votes of people that don't have ID.
Hold on. Do you know? Do you know how long it takes to get an ID in America?
I don't know. I made that clear. I'm not from the US.
Okay, then don't speak on it. You just go to the line.
How long?
You go to the DMV. That very day you take the photo. Right there. Boom.
Okay.
You get an ID. At some places it's like $25. Some states is less than that.
Okay. Thanks for the correction.
What?
Thanks for the correction.
Zongo, you just got to America. You want to tell me how people get ID here? Are you kidding me?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. If you go and take your photo, you get that temporary ID with you, the paper right away. Just right away.
You can't use the paper for
Sir, yes, you can. Zongo, you just
use that paper to even travel. You can't use that paper to travel.
Zongo, but if they send you, how long does it take for you to receive an ID?
I was just
how long? Hold on. How long does it take?
I don't think Africa was like
for your ID to be mailed to you? How long does that take?
In Washington State, probably going to take like 2 to 3 weeks to get to your house.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, can I talk, or are you going to carry on interrupting?
Well, because you keep getting off the topic, you start topics you don't know nothing about. You don't want to answer it.
Now let me talk, right? So basically, what I'm trying to say is, right, this immigrant coming over there, for some reason they're coming from Senegal, Guinea, and Mauritania. As you said, these are your people, yeah.
No, they're not. They are not. They are not my people, sir.
Where they come? Where you from? You from Senegal region?
Sir,
so if they're coming from
so everybody from Sierra Leone is your people?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if they are my people, right? Hold on. If they are my people, I'm doing them a loving service to say, do not come here illegally because your life would be much harder. Isn't that love? I'm a realist. I'm not. Again,
if that's what you call it.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Have you ever lived here?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm not. Again, this is not an emotional thing. I'm speaking to you factually. Do you know? When somebody comes here illegally, like these people are doing, and they're doing the asylum, do you know eventually their lives is not easy, and they eventually easily get deported?
Right, I understand that. After them,
Yeah, it's a tough life. It's a tough life. So are you telling me? Wait. Do you support illegal immigration for people you love?
Listen, that's my first statement.
Then why did you make the statement? Wait, you gotta let me finish my sentences. Hold on. Then why did you make this statement that, oh, these are your people? Okay, fine. Okay, let's say they are my people. If I tell them come in illegally, that means I don't love them, because I know the life of an illegal eventually what it would be. As you can see, people don't want them here. They are protesting against them. They don't want them here. Is that what you want for people that you love? People that you care about.
No.
You want them to go to a place where they are not wanted at.
Oh, for God's sake. Can you just listen? Let me just make this point, right? I do not like illegal immigrants. The reason why I don't like illegal immigrants, it makes it difficult for legal migration. That's one of my points I made when I got on the show, right?
Well, then why did you make the follow-up statements then that you made?
Okay.
Just, be consistent, sir.
Right, okay. So anyway, let me get to the point. What I also noticed, I live in the UK, we have the same problem. The UK is an island. Zulia came on and made that clear. It's the same problem we have over here, right? To a point where they actually are deterring people by threatening to send them to Rwanda. So if you come here illegally, you don't come here through the front door, you come in through the back door, you'll be shipped to Rwanda. It's to deter Afghans, Somalians, which are the majority of the people that are coming in here, the Middle Eastern. These are people that actually also trying to replace the black community in our neighborhoods, right? Where I normally used to go shopping and see black brothers, now it's them that actually got new shops set up in those areas. I have not sitting there. Listen, you should let me finish before you interrupt. Then you might understand the point I'm trying to make. That would make a lot of sense, right? But anyway, get to the point. I'll give you a great example after Damon, right? Are you familiar to the name Haji?
What?
Haji. Are you familiar to the name Haji? Okay, my brother Haji, yeah. My brother Haji is Gambia. Listen, the city I lived there, I grew up here. I came here, I was a teenager. I was 16 years old when I came to this country.
Yeah? Do us a favor. I get it, right?
Yeah.
You are in the UK. Like you using your anecdotal examples in the UK doesn't fit this topic. Like I've played.
It does.
Hold on. The reason why I play the clips, so that people, can stick to the topic about the exact place. I don't know nothing about the UK. That's why I'm not talking about the UK.
Okay.
I'm talking about right here. Like, this is why I took the time. I played all these videos, the news, what is being shown. If you cannot stick to that, just let somebody else talk.
Okay, let me stick to it then, right? Make it clear. Basically, what I noticed, right? People that tend to travel to the US, via this route, they tend to have a lot of money to waste or a lot of money to risk, to either make their life better and also gamble that money through the routes that they're taking. However, you cannot put everybody in the same category. Some of these people I know people are in Africa, in Guinea. These are people from different tribes that risk, using these routes to America. They've been there for over 15 years. Yeah, they haven't had a single document. But these guys are doing really well in Africa. They're building houses, they're sending money back. They actually made more money, and also that they're actually making enough money in America to actually, in the first year, to actually replace the money that they spend to go to America, right? I know people that went to America in the first year. The people from my country where I came from, they went to America. They was given documentation before they even left Africa to go to America. Today, they have nothing in Africa. Yeah, they have nothing to show for. These people are just waiting.
So your argument, wait. So your argument is because they are able to send money, it justifies them to break American laws, another country's law, to enter it illegally. Is that your point?
No, if it depends on the individual. Some people.
No. What I'm saying, America has a law.
Yeah.
Right. So because this person is, can send money to Africa, but they came to America illegally. So that justifies them to break the law. Is that what you? Because some people come to America, other places they sell drugs, illegal drugs, they make money sending it to places. Does that justify the action?
I don't think that's a fair comparison. If someone is going to America and drive Uber Eats, who is an illegal immigrant, or probably work in a salon, because we have a lot of that also over here, and made enough money to better their life and their family, instead of dying in Africa in poverty, I would not see that as a great crime. But if someone left their country and go to America and selling drugs and get involved in killing and being a drug cartel, that's what it is. That's what it is.
So what I'm saying, so
you got to be specific.
Answer this question, right? Okay. If like the people they came in illegally, they're there in New York, they are making these demands, asking for free housing, food for themselves, employment, but they came here illegally, uninvited. They're taking American taxpayers' money. Since you say you're for black, they are taking them to black places. They are taking from the blacks. I'm sure you want the blacks. You want the blacks to get reparation, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you are telling me that it's totally okay, for them to illegally enter America, and just because they will be able to send money back, it just justifies them to be able to come here illegally when they could come legally, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
If they contribute to the society that they came into positively, yes, they should be allowed. They should be allowed.
They should be able to break in.
They should be able to. Yes, they should, because under the UN Geneva Convention, they're allowed to do it. They're allowed to go into a country, through the back door when they get in, to prove themselves whether they're actually legitimate or not. Until they can prove that, they cannot send these people back. That's the reason why. So I'm talking on not only on the moral hand, but I'm talking on the legal hand also. So you
see how inconsistent you are. One minute you're against. You're like, oh, illegal immigration. You're against it. But when it comes to people that you are related to, or you say you see as your people, because look, hold on, sir. We've been listening to you. When it comes to the people that you claim, are your quote unquote brothers, then it's legal. Sir, that's hypocrisy. You're not consistent. We heard you. We clearly, everyone heard you.
Refugee and economic migrants are two different things.
Really? But so somebody coming from Guinea, what type of migrant would they be?
Oh, someone from Guinea or Senegal, if they're escaping a war zone, they're escaping prosecution.
Is there a war in Senegal?
Oh, I don't know that.
Is there a war in Senegal and Guinea?
It could be climate change. It could be anything.
They're not
the only refugees going to the US. So we can get that.
I'm gonna ask you a genuine question. Please, stop playing around. What type of situation is in Senegal, and Guinea for people?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask. You live in the middle of.
Is there a war? Is there a war?
Your people come from the middle of Senegal, and I haven't been to Guinea since I was 14 years old. So you need to ask.
So
and I'm
you
not
don't
from Guinea. You should know
wait.
that by now.
So Senegalese can, their asylum. They can ask for asylum for climate change. Now, is that what we're hearing?
No, but listen, you're not listening, man.
No, we're asking you. Senegal is very peaceful. Guinea,
if
when
Senegal
is peaceful.
If Senegal is peaceful, they should be sent back to Senegal if they don't have a legitimate reason.
So you don't know. So you didn't know that. You didn't know Senegal was not a peace. You didn't know Senegal is a peaceful country.
You can claim asylum from a country regardless whether they're in a war zone or not. Being an asylum seeker or refugee is not necessarily someone that's coming from a war zone. You should know that well enough because you're an educated guy.
Could it be possible, like with your type of mindset, is the why maybe like Europeans, especially, they don't like African migrants in Europe because you come there to destroy their society?
I think
is that a possibility?
I think some of these things are done. You're not listening, are you? So some of these things are done deliberately because they need population in the country. They need workers to come in. If you want to call it cheap labor, I'm not in fan of that. But fortunately for me, I always upskill myself. I don't have problem with an immigrant coming to the UK because they're not going to compete with my job skills, right? So I'm not going to be competing for the bottom of the pile. So if they come in, they can come in because they're not going to take job from me. So if you're that lazy ass, you're actually that lazy, you actually worry about another person coming in from a poor country that will be taking your job.
So
for not educating yourself, not skilling yourself, and sitting there blaming illegal immigrants or some guy that's trying to better their life. I don't have that mentality.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, I don't.
So are you saying the black people in Harlem and in Chicago and these cities where they are dumping a bunch of the illegals at, those that are complaining about their tax dollars being taken, given to them, they are lazy people?
The people that are complaining about immigrants in the UK are people that never.
No. Yeah? I ask you. I'm asking you a specific question. These illegals, they are dumping in these black majority cities, and the blacks have issues with it, right?
Why?
They don't want.
They worry about their jobs.
No. They are taking their tax dollars. These are American citizens. They pay taxes. They vote for these people, right? Their money is being taken to be given to these people. Are you saying because they have a problem with that, that makes them lazy people?
No, I'm not saying. Listen to what.
Make up your mind.
Right.
Make up your mind.
I said most people. I'm not saying everyone. You need to stop putting word in my mouth. Most people that actually complain about immigrants where I live. That people.
No. This is why I'm asking you specifically, because you like to say you're pro-black, you for the black, their reparation, all that. Now, this is a perfect question.
I don't agree.
Majority of these cities, they are dumping them at. They are black. These black cities and the black people, they have a problem with them being flooded with new strange people and their tax dollars being taken and given to them. So are you saying these black people, just because they have a problem with this, that makes them lazy people?
Okay, some of them, yes. Some of them would be.
So they should just be okay with them. They should be okay with this. Is that what you're saying?
Some of them, okay, let me just finish now. You asked me a question. Can I respond? Yeah. Some of them might be lazy. They're thinking, God, this person is going to come and take my social welfare from me. It's going to be reduced. Or some of them would be competing, in terms of the lower skill, level where, people that might be cleaners, warehouse workers, or, these people that don't have any skills, right? So they'll be worried about immigrants coming to take their jobs. But I'm sorry, if you're born in a country that's so developed, you lived there for that so long, right? I grew up here, I went to college here, and I have no reason to some immigrant that come from nowhere, from Matabadiland or from La La Land. I will never do that, man.
I haven't heard one person in those in those hearings worried about these illegals taking their job. They have an issue
with their tax money that they are paying. You know, like their schools have been flooded, their neighborhoods have been flooded. You know, so
are you gonna blame the immigrant or you blame the government?
no,
Blame the government.
answer my question, sir. This is not about me. I'm just asking you so
I
that
blame the government.
those of us those of us, because not everyone here is as smart as you. We would like to hear your great wisdom. You know, tell us how it translates. Someone having an issue with their tax dollars that they worked for to be given to other people who did not pay into it. How did you make the correlation to laziness here?
Afrodemus, I will say those people are coming in eventually. If they grant given the opportunity, they will be contributing to the society, where they probably will be paying more tax.
So what about the people who already paid the taxes? You know, they should just not say anything about this.
Are you telling me the American government don't have enough money in their coffers to help the people that's already there?
That's not the question. I'm just asking.
Afrodamus, these people are used as being a taxpayer in America. I'm just asking the president and whoever who is in charge to make sure they're bringing these people legally, because we have the resources to do so. That's all the people are asking. Bring these people
they don't want to.
legally.
Yeah, and Al, what I'm saying, Al, I think Al is all over the place. You know, he.
You like to think so, but I'm not.
No, because 1 minute you said you are against illegal immigration. These people don't have issues. They don't have issues with people coming here legally.
Can I make a statement?
I think you're struggling to understand me, Afrodemus.
Okay, let's go to Zongo. Let's go to Zongo.
Okay, but I think you're struggling to understand me, my brother. But there you go.
I think I heard you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Zongo.
Oh, first of all, like greetings to you, Afrodamus. Greetings to the panel. Greetings to the chat. I mean, earlier my comment was just a friendly banter. I didn't know you were going to take it like seriously, so I humbly apologize.
Yeah, but why would you know? What makes you think? Because you know the fact is,
hold on.
You have to realize I'm here, setting up the platform, the conversations, and I notice most of the time, like some of you take it so personal. You know, like. So you think calling somebody a dumbass, that's a friendly banter?
I thought that was a friendly. I didn't think you were going to take it personally.
No, it's not. I'm just asking you if somebody calls you a dumbass.
But I say your reaction shows that you're kind of offended. So I apologize. That's what I'm.
No. I'm just trying to make sense of this. I'm just trying to make sense of it. If I called you, for example. Someone calls you a dumbass, you're gonna see that person as a friendly interaction.
No, it's part of the internet troll. I mean,
so it's part of the internet trolling to disrespect someone.
I was making a point, but then I just kind of
Zongo. But trust me, man. I know when somebody is being passive in their aggression. You know, see, I'm a straight shooter. I don't beat around the bush. You know, I say it like it is. Like, I'm not gonna call somebody things that is unfriendly and pretend that it's friendly. That's not what I do. If I want to call you, so just forget it. Just go to the topic.
Okay, anyway, but I said I did apologize. Do you accept the apologies?
Can you accept my brother?
Al, stop talking. Allow the man to talk. Go ahead, Zongo.
You accept the apologies. Seriously. Fucking hell.
Sir, it doesn't matter. I'm not even thinking about it. Just comment.
Okay, man. All right. Anyway, I mean, interesting topic. I mean, a lot of the panel made a submission, but I wanted to come from a different angle, cause you know, I overheard like people saying like the Americans are dissatisfied that their taxpayers, their tax money is going to the immigrants, right? But you have to look at it from from the economic point of view. Like, I mean, the government make allocation of money, but where is the money actually going? Like, I mean, the immigrants get the money, but it is American companies or American, service companies that are providing services to them. So indirectly, the money goes back to the Americans themselves, right? So we have to look at it from that angle, right? So it's just like saying if they buy food, it has to be some kind of like some company that does the food. They buy food for American stores and stuff like that. So it kind of stimulates the economy in some kind of way instead of the money just sitting there in the government coffers and nobody uses it. Because if the money stays there in the government coffers, they're not going to give the money to you because just being American. No, it's not going to work that way. It doesn't work that way. If you're an American and you are facing some kind of like challenges, you have to go to the right channel to get your money from. And then like the illegals that have the opportunity to work, I mean, they pay taxes as well, right? They rent money.
So you're justifying illegal immigration? Is that the point?
But once the government give them the chance to get inside.
No, I'm asking you, like,
Mhm.
because you're the one making the point. Like, so you say that to say the illegal immigration is should be allowed and is justified.
I'm not saying it should be allowed. I mean,
Then what are you saying?
if the government allowed them in and they still call them illegal immigration, what does that make? Like, what does that mean to me? Because once they get inside the country, are they illegal still, or what? What does that
Sir,
mean?
illegals don't pay taxes.
If they are working, so see the point I'm trying to say.
If
Once they,
you're illegal,
Mhm.
you're not even allowed to work.
I
They
said
might
once
work if they are illegal, sir. They cannot work.
there are different faces. Like there are different faces. Like the ones you
But
showed
we're
the
talking
video.
about illegal. If you're illegal, you cannot work. You're gonna
And
illegals. Then you don't have social security number. How are you gonna pay taxes?
they do
You
have
know,
social security number. They do give them social security
if
number.
then that means they're not illegal. They put them on the path. The moment didn't you hear the video I played in New York? These people are saying they want to be given, legal status so they can work. You cannot be an illegal and pay taxes. Those
And
two
that's
don't
what
go together.
and that's what I'm saying. Once we get into the country, I used to be classified as illegal. I'm asking the question, because we need to establish some clarity.
Zongo, if
Because
somebody, people crossing through the border, no visa, no passport, no nothing, right?
yeah,
Are those uninvited? Are those legal people in America?
no, I mean for me, my understanding is
No, no,
illegal.
no. I'm talking about what American law is. Are
No,
they legal under American law?
if they get inside the country without the permission of like the border control, that is like illegal. But once they get there and the border control people allow them to enter, there's some kind of like a process that they allow them to get inside. Yeah, like the status change into some kind of asylum seeking something. Even though like they use the illegal pathway to get to the border, but once the border control officials allow them to get in, their status changes to some kind of asylum seeking something or some kind of different status.
Zongo, those people are all the way in New York. The news clip I played, right?
Hmm.
They are still illegal. That's why they are asking to be given, you know, status, work permit, social security numbers, so they can work.
Well, well,
That's what they are. That's what they are seeking.
well, in Washington State, people coming with the same asylum, they do get Social Security. I'm telling you that, and I've met
Yeah.
people
If
they do get
I'm,
Social
I'm
Security.
just saying, in this case, what we are talking about, that's
Hmm.
still because just because you seek an asylum, right,
Hmm.
you can go through this process for years, and then eventually you would be given a letter to be deported.
Yeah, but you remember, like St. James was saying that even while they are still seeking for the asylum, they do get like a work authorization that gets renewed on yearly basis or annual basis, right? When they work,
But
when they work, yeah,
what is your point? Like, okay, for example, right? Let's say the residents of Chicago, Harlem, that have a problem with people, being dumped there illegally, right? Illegally, exhausting their tax dollars. Do you think those people are justified in having issues with that?
I mean, you mean to say like the government officials? I mean,
No, I'm talking about the citizens, who are the taxpayers.
yeah, but
Who
I'm
are the
saying
taxpayers so do you think those people are justified in having an issue with that or
no.
not?
If it is an illegal dumping, then they are really justified. But I'm saying it is
What?
government.
Wait. You say what?
If the people have issues with it is illegal, then they are justified to make such a claim. But on the other hand, the people who are dumping them are government officials, a governmental body or something that are dumping them. Because remember, once
So what I'm trying to understand your point here. Like, first you say they pay taxes, which if you're illegal, you know, you cannot pay taxes because you're not in the system. That's why they are called illegal, right? If they change your status and give you work permit that they renew, then yes, you can work and pay, right? Until then, you're illegal. And even during that time, you go in the renewal process, you see a judge every now and again. One day they could be like, hey, your status is revoked. But now they are bringing in thousands, I'm talking millions, to dump on communities, and they are exhausting their tax money that they paid for. Do you think that's a problem?
I mean, let's gain some clarity about the term illegal, right? Because my argument is, I'm not speaking in a way that I know everything completely, right? And someone can chime in if they have a different point of view as well. Because once you get like the point of contact between the U.S. border officials and them, at that point they're illegals, right? But once the border control officials allow them to get in, I think their status kind of changed to
No,
probably
that's not how it works.
to
Zongo,
asylum seeker. Can I make a
if you
point?
seek asylum at the border, if you come in contact with them, that does not automatically make you legal. If you say,
I'm not saying legal. I say asylum seeking some kind of status. I'm not saying
it's still, again, what they do over there.
Because the legal and the illegal is just a political jargon, right? It's just some kind
No,
of
they just again.
Wait, so I came here in the U.S. To study, right? But I mean,
So you came here legally.
Yeah, legally, right? But still,
Okay.
my status is defined as non-immigrant alien. That's what it means, like in the legal term, right? So I'm saying, like in the legal term, they might have some kind of classification name for them as well, even though they came illegally right through the border, right?
Zongo, it's not the same thing.
I'm saying
if you show up, people that are coming
yeah
through the border is not the same as someone coming through the airport. Like
I'm not
most of these people don't even carry passport. They don't know who they are. Like you could just give any type of name.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not drawing distinction. I'm not trying to draw some similarity between.
But then why did you even mention it?
And I was just making a reference about like the legal terminologies that they give to like the people coming inside the U.S. either by legal means or illegal means. I'm saying even though like we might use the term illegals, legally they have some kind of classification term for them, right?
So that classification is illegal alien. That's what's in the books. So I mean, you obviously are trying to argue from an emotional point of view.
No, I'm not doing that.
You're trying to create your own lingo.
No, I'm not doing that.
But do you care that the country itself has a law?
St. James did say at some point they do get work authorization to work. So and at that same time, too, they are still considered illegals if they are still working, and they
No,
pay tax. They pay tax at that
no,
point
they're
too.
not at that point. See,
Hey, St. James, didn't you say?
your status have changed.
Yeah, but
Your
if you work,
status, the
if you work,
moment, hold on, there is levels. When your status changes, if they give you they seek the asylum, they go to the judge, and you're given work authorization approved for 1 year,
Mhm.
your status have changed at that point. Okay?
But
That's correct.
It has changed.
to what? To what?
But you are there, going through the process. You're given the opportunity to work.
You
Like
are
they
just, you are
have you,
just, you are just,
in the system.
you are just given an opportunity to work, but then they are still working on your case. That's why you can still be working, and if they deny you, they can deport your ass back home.
So what I'm saying, what I'm asking you is, right, because I'm sure other people also are trying to understand your point here. So are you saying coming in through the border uninvited like these people are, right? Are you saying that that's no problem? These people are legal. They should be, because you've talked about taxes and other stuff. Are you saying that there's no problem with that? They're breaking American immigration law. Don't forget that. So is that a problem?
I mean, people coming through the borders, right? People could be coming for several reasons, right? I mean,
No,
some people.
I'm not asking for the reason. I'm
Yeah,
saying, sure, so, people obviously come for different reasons. Nobody's discounting that.
yeah,
But, even people that fly in come for different reasons.
exactly.
So even Trump, like he said, he's not saying they are banning people from coming to America, but come through the front door. Like, for instance, if someone is coming to your house, your fence, would you want them to jump through the fence or come through the front door?
Well, at the back door, someone allowed them to get inside. They didn't come. They didn't
Oh,
come.
you know what? I'm just gonna go to Marie. You're
Well,
just
no,
dancing.
no,
No, let's have
no,
Marie talk.
no. But I'm not.
I mean, you're being silly at this point. Come
I'm
on,
not
man.
being silly. I'm not
But
being
Okay.
silly.
Alpha
I'm not being
Damas,
silly. Come on.
ask him,
I mean,
ask him about the same statement he made. Why do people want others to come through the back door? Why? Did you ask yourself that questions? If they have the resources to help people come through the front door, like Alpha Damo say, why do we have people who are still wanting to have an immigrant come through the back door? Why?
I mean, people who do not have access to go through like the legal means would want to try to come through the
You
back
say
door.
the front door is open, which is the border. They
I
can
say
come through.
what I'm saying is that what we consider as the back door, before they get in, they still have to come through the government official. So it's not like
Zongo, it's
But
not
these
always
people are being
true.
dumped. They are being dumped in these
Zongo.
neighborhoods, right?
wait. What is
So
Alpha
Zongo, you
saying?
think everyone that comes through that long border have contact with officers?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. Let's go
If
to Marie.
if they don't,
You know what? We'll go to Marie.
if
I
they
mean,
hold on.
no, no, no. Look, I got your answer.
But
So
I'm speaking to the audience because people are listening, right?
no, yes, we would come back to you, but
Let me
let's
just
go
give
to
some
Marie.
clarity. Let me just give some clarity. See, in the U.S., if you come without
Zongo,
let,
it
let me
is
give some
not
clarity.
Zongo. Just allow, because you obviously have no idea what you're talking about.
I do
Zongo,
Like
know what
come
I'm
back
talking
here.
seriously,
about.
Come back
I
here.
do
you
know what I'm
you
talking
you
about.
you clearly have no clue about what you're saying.
I'm not
So
arguing with
sit
you, Alpha
here,
Damas. Alpha Damas, I'm not
and believe that
I'm not arguing with you,
everyone.
Alpha Damas. I'm just laying my point of view. Can you allow
No,
me to
but
talk?
your point at this point is just not making sense. It's not even a point. The
After them,
moment
I
you,
say, let him land,
the
let him
moment
land, please.
you, the moment you just said, you open your mouth and say, all these people have contact with officers at the border. You've lost us right there. You're not even connecting with reality.
Let him
At
clarify.
this point, you're just making up stuff as you go.
After them, let him clarify that, please.
No,
See,
really. Hold on.
let,
You would have the chance, Longo.
can I
Just
clarify?
allow Marie.
Can I clarify that point?
Oh God,
Please let him
Jongo. Today
clarify.
you're
I'm
No,
not in
after
my
them,
emotions. I'm
no,
asking
please,
you a
please,
question.
please,
Hold on,
please,
hold
please,
on.
please.
Please, like what's with you people today? Okay, Zongo, you got a quick minute. Let's allow Marie also to talk, please.
See, if you came through the border without even meeting the custom officials and you came to the U.S., they will not even listen to your case. You'll be deported back to your country. But if you meet the
That's
custom
a
officials,
lie,
That's
bro.
Zongo. You see why Zongo? You have no idea what you're talking about. This is
they
why
wouldn't even. I said
Zongo.
they wouldn't even listen to
No,
your case.
Zongo.
Okay.
You need to do more research on this. You're just making it up as you go. That's not reality,
St.
sir.
James, you made mention that you have contact with people within your area, right? I mean, Washington State, I've met several people like that too, and I have interacted with them. Like, what are you talking
Zongo,
about? Like, I'm not speaking from the
Zongo,
point
there are
of
hundreds of
knowledge.
thousands of immigrants that came to the United States
Yeah,
illegally without
millions.
contact
Without
to the border patrol. Hundreds of thousands of people, and
Do
you
they
see
have
that on
social
TV
security?
every day.
Do
You
they
don't
have
see
social
people
security?
cutting the fence and jumping the fence. And do you think that we cut the fence and jump the fence just to go get a contact? To get in contact with the border patrol? When they jump the fence, right? Do you think they jump it just to go get in contact? They just run in the
Well,
country.
how then do they deal with their case and give them work authorization?
Huh?
Zongo, not everyone that is here have the work authorization. That's the whole point. Why do you think they have issues with the illegal immigration? Most of this, they don't even know they exist here.
Hey, my
They don't
guy,
even know this.
I was
Okay,
making a
there's
statement.
people.
See,
There's
once you
people
come,
walking around. Zongo,
once
let's allow Marie.
okay, I'll
Okay.
let you guys speak. See, once you come, the faces to having your like citizenship or maybe your permanent residence, it's true faces, right?
Oh,
First,
jeez.
you wouldn't be allowed to
Zongo,
work. Then
Zongo,
you will be allowed to work, and then start
Zongo,
paying taxes. Then they start working on your case, and then you
Zongo.
eventually get your permanent residence.
Zongo,
What is it like? Why you guys don't have?
let me make it clear to you. Let me make it clear to you so you understand.
Because the sister need to come on after he was
Coming to the
already lined
state,
her up.
coming to the United States illegally, whether you have you were in contact with border patrol or not, there are still routes that you can use to get in contact with a judge here in America.
Man, see, someone even saying I'm even right. You guys just speaking. See, I'm speaking
So,
based on facts,
Zongo,
man. Like
do you
I don't know
agree
what you
with
guys.
my statement? You don't.
What?
I know people who came
They
to
will not even listen
without.
to your case. See,
Oh,
they will
Zongo,
ask you.
you see,
They will ask you.
you
They will ask you
Africans,
about like
right?
your I-94. See,
You see,
if you don't have an
Zongo, you
I-94,
see, you
they
Africans,
won't even
right?
listen to your case
So
if you don't have an
Zongo, oh
I-94.
wait,
Zongo,
Zongo. People who are coming in with no passport, how are they gonna get I-94? Are they gonna just stamp it on their forehead?
The border control give them the I-94.
Where are they gonna write it at?
They give them the
After do you
I-94.
know
They put
when
it
they
in their
started the
Zongo, the
I-94?
reason why you get an I-94 is because they've already vetted you. You have a passport. They put it in your passport. They know who you are. You can come to the border and say your name is, Kumali, Ziggy, whatever. How the hell do they know that? Like, why, you have to be vetted first. You have
Zongo,
to come with a passport. They don't even know
man.
where
You
you
guys are
come
not speaking
from.
based on knowledge, man. You guys are not speaking like.
people come here as Guerrera Martinez. They get deported. They come here as Santos Joseph. Listen,
Yeah,
See,
enough.
I think you guys.
Hey, Zongo, let's allow Marie
We are
because
having an
she's been waiting.
open conversation, but then it seems you have a guard a point of view. You're not trying to have a conversation. You just
No,
arguing.
I mean we'll let you speak, but if you're
Yeah, but
saying stuff, if you're saying things that are factually incorrect, we would have to correct that. Like literally, you can listen to the news. You can do.
Why am I being like?
There's millions of people in this country who are here. No contact. They don't even know who they are. So like, how did that happen,
Man,
sir?
I still stand on my point. You can do more research on what I'm saying, and you have some kind of clarity.
Oh, jeez.
Mary,
Okay.
go.
Okay, hello. Can everyone hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. I necessarily don't have a problem with legal immigration, but I'm gonna say this. I have a other half that lives in Sierra Leone, and he had to apply for a tourist visa in order to come over here. Like he was supposed to come in March, but during that time I was moving and there was a lot of stuff going on. But he has to have $1,500 in his account and all this other stuff in order to come over here. So is it fair to let illegal immigrants come in and then he has to do all this stuff to come here? And also, I'm a Sierra Leone citizen. I had to do a lot of stuff to become a citizen there. If I didn't do that stuff, I wouldn't be able to come into Sierra Leone illegally. Also, my fifth great grandmother, she was born in the area of what is called Guinea, Haute Guinea. I have the United States Census information. Do you think they will give me citizenship just because my fifth great grandmother was born there? I don't think so. So I don't think it's fair for illegal immigrants to come in and to get all this stuff, because I can't go to Nigeria and demand, or like as much as I would like to live like somewhere in Nigeria, I can't go there and you think they'll make me like a citizen and stuff. I do agree that the US they need to make the immigration process a little easier. I do agree like about that, but I can't go as an American. I can't go to any other country and demand that I become a citizen and things like that. They'll look at me like crazy. So how is it fair for anyone else? That's all I have to really say.
And remember when we talked about, like, for example, when Juliet was talking the automatic citizenship, and she came through the front door as an investor, and people thought she was ridiculous, and she was legal. I can't believe, Zongo is making this argument. Even I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. But okay.
For them, I think the salad. The salad Zogo FBA wife have been cooking for him. It becomes something else, So Zogo be eating some kind of FBA salad and some kind of salami nowadays.
Kidola, you see what my takeaway from the situation is that, when we have immigration conversations, some Africans get conflicted, right? Because they have that compassion towards their African brothers and sisters, and I get it, right? But after that, if that was the reverse, most of us are African, right? Let's put that in the reverse. For Sierra Leone, for Al, right? You see 30,000 Chinese immigrants bomb rushing your border in Sierra Leone. I don't think you will have that same, talking point that you are having right now, And for those Black American talking about, we are not agreeing with the fact that they are dumping illegal immigrant in their neighborhood. For us, I believe we have to listen to them. This is not right. Even the if it is the government that is allowing that, we have to side with with the resident of these communities. They have been paying taxes, and they want their tax dollars to be used accordingly. America has allowed a lot of immigrants throughout the year to come to the United States. There is no point of denying that. How much is too much? How much is too much? People have the right to ask. These taxpayers have the right to ask the government. We have allowed a lot of immigrants. If that makes economic sense, I get it. But doing it illegally over and over, people are going to be tired of it.
And St. James, I want to help Zongo and Al. I think they just think this is like opinion based. You see this book right here? You see what it says? I don't just talk just for the hell of it. I might say things in a funny way. I read books. I, in fact, make research. I go out and, find things. I don't just base things on opinion. You see what this says? Illegal immigration.
Yeah, but I used to like we don't read books.
You talk like you don't. You actually speak.
I work for the state, and
Zongo. Hold on. Let me finish. You could work for the state. What I'm saying, the state.
You made a point that you've been here for longer years than I am, but man, the fact that you've been here for 20 years doesn't mean I might know something about the U.S. that you don't.
I have not said that. All I'm saying is, right, You say you work for the state. This is federal.
Man, do you know what I know about Washington state laws, environmental laws in this country? You don't even know
Zongo.
a little bit of it.
Really?
I'm being honest with you, man.
Zongo, let me tell you.
I understand how the
hold on.
things work. I understand
Okay,
how the system
hold on.
about
We
laws
get it, right?
I understand.
Zongo, you can say all that, right? You might know your job, but this is not about your job. And just working for the state does not translate to that. I have worked for this same state, 8 years prior to you even ever stepping foot in this country. You can work for the state. It doesn't mean. Hold on. You can work. Zongo.
Washington.
Just because you work for the state is not immigration, sir.
I said
it's not the same.
Policy making as well. I'm telling you that.
You can still do all that, but that's not immigration. Immigration is federal, sir.
I get what you're saying, but but do you know like let's say like when Trump came, right? Let me just give you a typical example. See, when Trump came, he made some certain implementation about immigration laws at a federal level, but the governor in Washington state could also restrict it because they have certain kind of autonomy within the country.
You mean when they say it's sanctuary? Again, how does this, disprove anything I'm saying? You because even you wanted to give your saying, oh, you work for the state, sir. I've worked for the state, the very state you speak of, in the law enforcement sector. I know, policy, all that. So, and I've dealt with this very same cases.
Hold on.
Zongo,
come on now.
Zongo. That's why I said before I even open the panel, because I want us all to have good conversation. This is not based on individuals. It's not about you or anybody. We are having a genuine conversation here, to share things based on real information. But when you start saying, "Oh, you worked for the state, you're taking things personal," sure, you can work.
The point I'm trying to make is that.
But you're talking to someone.
They make policies in the country too.
Hold on.
I don't understand how they make laws in the U.S.
Well, I get that, but if you give the state, you work being a state employee as an example, you're talking to a veteran. You know what I'm saying? You're speaking to a veteran. So it doesn't even matter. Did you hear me in this conversation even mention one time to conflate state, ever working for the state, and the topic here? Those two don't see each other. It's nothing personal, that's why I say people got to get out of their feelings. Let's have a nice conversation.
I'm not even in my feelings, right?
But you are, because you're trying to tell me. You're trying to tell me about how you So you're saying, you work for the state?
I mean,
you know about policy. State people don't know anything about immigration, sir.
Maybe
they don't know anything about it.
Wait. Maybe you just see me proper on your channel, so you might probably think I'm just some kind of
I'm not thinking anything.
Zongo. This is unbecoming of you, man. I respect you highly for you too. Come on now, we respect you. But at time, I'm under the impression it sometimes it's hard for you to accept certain people's viewpoint because you are debating immigration and you're trying to put state law over federal laws. Talking about, come on, that's why we have when these people talk about sanctuary cities. When these people talk about sanctuary cities,
it's a global problem. Immigration.
I get it. Allow the man to talk.
In America, right? The conversation that we are having, I live in the sanctuary city. Maybe you live in ones, right? And that's why I tend to tell Africans. Okay, I live in sanctuary cities. So the conversation that I have with other Africans towards immigration, sometimes I'm under the impression that they understand it, or they think they understand and then don't. Those states, they give you the kind of coziness that you want, right? But on a longer period of time, you will understand you are in a bubble. The federal laws, you're gonna have to respect it. You're gonna have to abide by these laws. You know, the sanctuary city can only help you for a few period of time, and then you will have to check the reality of it. You know,
And for that one, I don't think Zongo have any because Zongo have a job, and I think Zongo is married to a native Indian.
Let's not make it personal, please.
Zongo, you see,
Let's
Don't
keep the
listen to them.
conversation.
Zongo,
Let's
don't take
take
it.
it.
No.
Zongo, you see, hold on. You see why I always give the disclaimer that I don't want people to be in their feelings and making things personal. I get it. When I start talking about topics, some they might trigger people, but look, I'm not here, you know.
Yeah, but I want to see my comment.
Hold on, you gotta let me.
I wasn't personal to you, man.
So Colin,
trolling, man.
You need to learn how to troll better, sir.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's move on.
Let me give an example, Zongo.
Let's move on.
Zongo, let me give an example. Let's say I'm in Colorado here, right? I work for Delta Airline. I apply for a job at Delta and I get it because I only have a work permit. As an asylum seeker, you know, I get to see the judge, right? And the judge gave me the job, you know. As they study my case, I get my work permits, and I go apply for a job at Delta Airline. I got the job. I'm happy. You know, my work permit is only for 12 months. Trump getting power next year, and I'm submitting my renewal for work permit. Trump say, St. James, sorry, I'm not gonna be able to approve that because I'm under the impression that you lie on your immigration forms, and therefore I'm not gonna approve it. What the sanctuary state can do for me, as far as me retaining my job, zero. Delta is gonna call me in the back room. St. James, your work permit is about to expire in 90 days. We would like for you to send us the receipt that you are renewing it. I will send my receipt that I renew it, and 90-day pass. Immigration is quiet about my renewal. Therefore, they gotta show me the door. St. James, good luck to you. You see how that works?
St. James, give him a perfect example. The video I played about Kathy Holcomb, the governor of New York, right? She is saying she got these jobs for the illegals. She's gonna change their status. She is the governor of the state of New York. She can give them the job all they want. Trump comes in next year, right? And they says, hey, we need to focus on immigration. We want to make sure anyone that's not supposed to be here to be deported, they have the judges get to work, you know. So you are there. You think, okay, governor have more power than federal judge. You go to the federal level, which is immigration. They are like, hey, you got to go. Yeah, Zongo, do you think if they say these people gotta go, can the governor stop that?
Yeah, but I wasn't even drawing correlation between the state and the
wait. Answer my question. No, what I'm saying is
Trump is an executive branch.
No, but hold on now.
The same team.
Okay, so this immigration policy, this open border, you know, who came up with it? Is it Biden or who came up with it?
What do you mean, like who came up with open border? Is there some kind of policy like that, open policy border? Is that what you're saying?
Zongo, why are there millions of people walking into the American border? How do you think that happened?
I don't know.
Okay. So you don't know that it's an open border.
Within the Ghanaian community, I know like people who had a chance to come over here, they're gonna pass the message to their own people. Like it's just depending on like the
Zongo. So when Trump was building the wall, right? Wasn't that Trump's idea to build the wall?
But people still came during Trump's era.
Very limited.
He made it very difficult for them.
My point, Zongo. My point is because you mentioned saying Jay Inslee, you're trying to put him neck to neck, saying he's got power, more power than federal.
I never said that.
But that's how you
No, I
presented
never
it.
said. I'm saying that
If
the state has some kind of autonomy. The
over federal.
The federal has limitation.
Oh, geez.
So they have some. The federal can only implement within their capacity.
Zongo.
If they go beyond their level, the state can revoke that. That's the point I'm trying. That's how I heard it.
What is immigration? Immigration state or federal?
It's federal. Let me give you a typical example in Washington State. Since you
No. Okay.
I'm giving you an example.
I'm not done. If immigration is federal, right? Why are we talking about state then? A governor.
Let me give you an example. Since you're trying to conflict things, right? During Trump's era, he made I think he kind of like pushed a policy by requesting that migrant workers in the U.S. who are working should provide their details to the immigration when apply for their documentation, right? But Governor Inslee revoked that. He said no.
No, he didn't. Zongo, that's not true. Zongo, literally, Zongo. I know people personally. I'm talking personally who were on this renewal thing every year. You know, some of them got deported. Some of them ran and went to Canada. Like, you know, they left because things change. The governor does not have that power to change a federal law.
You are not listening to what I'm saying.
It's two different bodies.
I'm saying if the federal goes beyond their capacity, the state can revoke it. That's what I'm saying. Beyond
like, give us an example. What would be beyond?
That's what I gave you.
Zongo, challenge it or revoke it.
I agree with you, Zongo. You did say
Zongo, challenge it or revoke it. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah. Make that part clear.
They will challenge it and say it's not constitutional. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
then
can
they will go to
challenge
court, right? They will go to court and then.
Please, let's move on, man. Let's move on, man. Because we're not gonna get nowhere. Please.
Okay, let's do our last closing statements because I don't think Zongo really even understands these two how things work in the U.S.
Man, I do understand how things work.
Well, I don't think you really know.
Trust
but
me, I work in policy. Trust me, like what I do know something. Like I'm not saying I know.
But that's scary.
There are certain things you know, but what I do know, trust me, you don't even know. In the U.S., I'm telling you.
You see why Americans sometimes they have issues with immigrants being in the government. This is why. You know, people might say they know things, but you know the way you present it, you could not differentiate between federal and state power.
But man, didn't you hear what I said? I said that the federal power has limitation, my friend Afrodamus.
Give us one example.
Okay, let me give you an example. A typical example is like when they passed the Clean Air Act. The Clean Air Act, environmental regulations, right?
No, stick to immigration.
Stick to immigration.
And that's what I gave you earlier. Like
no, stick to that. Stick to that.
That's what I'm saying. During Trump's time, right? He did pursue a policy that will make some changes within the immigration, right? Saying that
which one?
He was requesting for workers who are non-alien migrant workers in the U.S., for instance, right? He wanted them to provide their informations when they are applying for their documentation, work authorization. He wanted them to do that.
But no, Zongo, you are being too general. So what information is he seeking? Was he seeking?
What information? Your name, your information.
Al, you're not the host. Al, stop jumping in, sir. Please allow them to talk.
You allowed him to talk, and he said nothing. You allowed him to talk for 1 hour, and he said nothing. He was just bubbling.
Who, me?
Al.
No, I didn't talk for an hour.
Guys, let's do our closing statement.
I'm telling you that. Like, see, it's just like sometimes you don't want to listen.
Go ahead. We're listening.
Let's say you work for the correctional facility, right? And you are a non immigrant alien, and you are working for the state, right? And then like during Trump's era, he kind of like pursue a policy that will require those workers to provide their identity information. Those state workers, their information, your name, everything, your all the information about you. But it wasn't constitutional, so Governor Inslee revoked that. They were not required to provide those information about.
Zongo, if you even today,
Man, you can just Google that.
Hold on. Even today, if you go and apply for a job,
yeah,
okay, there's section clearly they would ask, are you a citizen or non-citizen? If you're not a citizen, you would have to provide your alien number. Like, what are you talking about?
That's the point I don't get. This is information that you provide every time.
You provide this every time. Like, what are you talking about?
But I'm telling you about what Governor Inslee revoked. You can just Google that.
No, Zongo, Governor Inslee cannot revoke that. Like, I'm talking about even today. I'm talking about today.
Something you don't even know, man.
Like, no. You gotta name it. If what you're saying, you have to name that. What I know. That's been around as law for years. If you apply for work, you have to provide all that information, sir.
So, like, if honestly,
one second. Sanko for 3,000. Go see Shomog.
Hold on, Zongo. You have to provide your information.
Exactly. Just say that. I mean, if I don't
have, because you are being vague. We're trying to understand.
We are seeking for information. You say, oh, so, I think maybe you need more information to kind of gain some kind of clarity, and then you provide information. That's how we have better understanding, and we move forward from a constructive engagement.
Yeah, but we're trying to know. We're trying to understand.
But don't just
because you're just saying things vaguely. Right. I'm just saying. In every applications, it doesn't matter. Like, there's section, it would say citizen or non-citizen. If you're not a citizen of this country, people who are not citizens, they have what they call alien number. The section is there. You have to fill that part out. That's all they need, and that's corresponding to who you are as a person. That's a federal law. How can a governor come and say, anything about that? That doesn't even make sense. That's been law before Inslee was governor, and it continued to be law even today.
But Afridamus, the point I'm saying is that if at the federal level, right, they can only pass certain laws within their limit. That's what I'm saying. If they go beyond their limit, the states have every right to reject.
Yeah, they will always pass those laws under the books. They're not going to make side laws and pass it on people.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Why is that even an argument? That's not even an argument.
We're trying to explain. Like, basically, what we're trying to do, we were trying to tell the Africans, right? It doesn't matter if you live in let's say in a sanctuary city. If the federal government decide to stop that, they have thousands of ways to block it, like through your work permit, through other things. They can make your life miserable. Your state governor, your mayors, they're not going to be able to help you. All they're going to tell you, look for an employer that will not seek for all these requirements. So you will be getting $200 jobs a week or whatever. Your life is not going to improve. I give you the example of Delta because I have a cousin who was in that situation. I use my own cousin in the United States. They played with him. He got a good job at Delta. Every time he's about to renew his work permit, they don't renew on time. So Delta always has to walk him outside. Like, hey, you can go home, and when you get your work permit, you come back. Listen.
Let me share the link for you guys.
There are certain people. Listen, there are certain people. If you don't accept their argument, they're not gonna let you go to sleep, man. Listen, Zongo is kind of that person.
Now, yeah?
It's just like getting us off topic. I mean, I'm just like
a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm getting bored anyway.
Yeah. Let's do our closing statements. I mean, I don't know honestly what Zongo's point is. I'm just lost. But
a little
whatever.
bit, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's do our closing statements.
Okay, if I may, after day was, I mean, Zongo basically in England, not federal, but the government, right?
Don't take us across the water. Let's do our closing statement. I'm just really done for real.
Okay. This immigrant that's coming over there today, they might be illegal alien, but that's not up for you to decide. It's up to the government to decide that, and
for who to decide?
The government, the federal,
and the people,
Well, who are the people? Don't.
Hey, that's why we have political party. We have political parties.
So just let him finish, so we can send him back to the water next to the Queen, please. Go ahead.
And I can have my cup of tea. Thank you very much. So basically, they're illegal today, but tomorrow they might be legally entitled to carry that blue book and actually do well and integrate and pay taxes, and increase American wealth. So let's just be positive, right?
For that, you gotta come legally. If you are that savvy, you gotta come legally.
Thank you very much. Bye. Jesus.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think it's tough. I think these Africans that are jumping around there, I think they should be very, very careful. They have to be very, very careful because it's far more difficult now to live in the United States. It will always be difficult to live in the United States, only that they can allow you to be there for some time. Some might have about 15, 20 years. You can just have a little problem, maybe by traffic problem. They'll just deport you. Our friends, they'll be deported from the United States, just traffic problem, just by driving the car, and they just have this traffic problem, and that was just their day.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have to lay low, do what they have to do. They should not be allowed people to use them because actually they're in the country whereby they have rules and very tough laws. They should follow the system and see if their luck will shine out to get that residence permit. If not, I don't think any other country. It's not like Europe whereby you can just, let me jump from one country to that country. That might be better. The other countries are really whack. There's not in Mexico. I think Canada is not really close by. You can go over there if you want, but you might have possibility to face the same problem also.
Exactly.
Just face what you do because you'll just be used as a pawn. That's yourself.
Thank you, Kidola. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah.
All right. Zongo, closing statement.
The initial point I wanted to say, Americans are made up of several factions, you have to understand there are certain Americans that own businesses in the country, and they would want workers to also work for them so they can make profit and pay taxes to the federal government or the state government. So they always will entertain people coming to the country to kind of increase some kind of productivity to their company in a situation whereby maybe local residents are not doing the same thing. So we have to look a little, from a different angle than what we are currently looking, like just people saying that, they shouldn't allow them to come. The money, the resources they get from the government, it is going back to American companies. It's stimulating the economy. So you have to look at it from that angle. And that's the point where I was coming from. And I rest my case.
No, because it's the taxpayer money they're using. What are you talking about? Zongo, you're breaking my heart. You're really breaking my heart. Hi guys, how you guys doing? I had to pull over because Zongo,
you almost passed out what you were hearing, huh?
Yes, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Okay, Zongo, let me tell you something. Federal law trumps state law. So anything that state can pass, federal trumps that. So if your state passes a law, federal law trumps that. That's why you see certain things. If the certain states have legal marijuana, but if the federal, you can't go work to a job because you got to be tested.
Yeah.
So it trumps.
Yeah, but I cited the link in the private chat.
Zongo.
I don't know
Zongo, I was having a headache. But, I was gonna tell you exactly these examples, but I know I didn't want to confuse you more. But you're still confused. She just gave a perfect example. In states where, like in Washington State, weed is legal, but federal jobs that are here, because in the federal level, weed is not legal. Okay, You can't. These weed stores even they cannot
Why
even
are you
you
citing
know
weed, man? I was trying to cite environmental law, and you guys said I shouldn't cite it.
because it's federal.
Stick,
Because
stick to the
Zongo,
immigration.
But
Stick to
I'm
the
the
immigration conversation.
environmental.
Zongo. We're just giving you
I
you
tried to do
know.
the same thing with environmental laws,
Look
environmental policy. You said
again.
no.
Okay, she made it easy. Federal law trumps state law.
State law. Period. It don't matter what law the state passed. Federal
Yeah.
law trumps that. So
But
federal is always the top. So state law cannot trump federal law. I don't know who told you that, but they're
but
wrong.
did you listen to what I said?
You was
I said
arguing
I
about
said the federal law they have some kind of limitation. They have they,
Zongo, she made
they
it
can
easy. The
they
easy
can't
part
go
is
they can't go
federal law trumps state law.
they
That's
can't
the end.
and,
End
and
of
I
story.
and I agree. But
the
they have
only way.
limitation too. They can't go beyond their limits.
Listen,
That's what I'm
the
saying.
only way that state law, when federal passes down to the state, then the state can make a decision. But if it's a federal law, the state cannot trump that. No matter what kind of state you live in America, federal law trumps state law. There is no state law that can overcome federal law. If that law say, I gave you the example of marijuana because there's a lot of states where marijuana is legal, but when they go to a job, they still have to do a drug test. If you fail the drug test, they don't hire you. Even though the state said that marijuana is legal, federally they cannot hire you because federal law is way more important than state law. Another thing that you said, there's a lot of people in America that do not stop at the border to tell the people who they are, the federal law enforcement. There's a lot of people in America where America don't even know who these people are. There are millions of people here. Everybody do not start at the border. Everybody at the southern border is not standing there to wait to get checked in by the federal law enforcement at the border. Some of them are sneaking into the country legally because through the border of Mexico, there's a lot of different ways you can enter America, including tunnels that goes through America, come to America. So I don't know if they didn't tell you that or you didn't research that, but
But
yes, there's
but
a
what I
lot of people
said,
in America.
I'm not even dispute about what you're saying about federal law trump state laws, right? I'm saying that the federal like the founders when they established the constitution, didn't they say the federal government have limitation that it can only
Yes,
go
but
within certain
that's
limits?
not in the
That's
sense that you think. The
that's what I'm
federal
saying.
federal have limitation because they want the state to have. It's like they
Some
don't
kind
want
of
big
autonomy.
government.
That's
They
kind
don't
of
want big.
autonomy. Like that's what I was. That's the point I was trying to make.
Okay, okay.
The thing is, he's still, how like when people are newer in America, they think they know.
Oh my God, yes.
But
Africans, I swear,
they literally believe they know
everything.
more than the people here. But okay.
And another thing I would say to you, I hope Trump wins. I am a Trump gal all the way. 2020 Trump. I hope they deport all of them. For you to bring your ass in America and go to a black neighborhood and then demanding that they take the black American taxpaying money to take care of your ass and talking about, oh, we need better food in the shelter, we need better this, we need better that. You wouldn't be saying all of that. They need to ship all of them back. Africans, Latinos, wherever they're standing at that border, all of them need to go back. Come to America
So let me ask you a
legally.
question. Let me ask you a question about the taxes.
It pisses me off. Let me finish, Zongo. It pisses me off, Afrodamas, that we have to follow the law. And you want to tell me that people can just hop over the fence and they get all the benefits? No, if that's the case, they pay all the legal immigrant that came here the money back because it's very wrong. I don't care what country you're from. They're not stopping you from coming to America. Come here legally. Come through the front door. I don't care what happened in your country. I went through civil war. I know what that feels like. So trust me when I say you have to stay in your country and follow the immigration policy. Don't come here legally and be demanding that people give you stuff that you didn't work for. These are taxpayer money. They're giving it to them instead of giving it to the African Americans who work all their life in those communities. And it's wrong for Africans to sit their asses on this thing and be making all kinds of excuses for because the people that are coming across the border now are Africans. So now we're supposed to switch up our policy. Anytime you see people have self-interest in something, their view always change. You will be pro-black until it's your turn. So no, they need to go back home. They need to go back and reapply and
So
come
like
to
the
America
companies,
legally.
let me ask you a question. The companies that are that are hired that are not getting like workers from local residents, sound like the homeowners they're not getting people to rent their apartment or their houses in certain neighborhood. That this current migrant are coming in and renting those kind of like apartment and houses, and also like getting work in these kind of like companies and helping in generates like the profit margin of the country. Why are you finding difficulty in understanding that?
Zongo,
immigrants.
Stop it, Zongo. Okay, when you bring illegal immigrants into America, it lower the wages. That's why you see the companies are doing it. They're not doing it because they care for the American people. They're not. They're doing it because it's self-interest. They are going to benefit, but the American people, taxpayer money, are going to be paying for these people. Why they try to give them a work permit and all of this stuff? So no, we don't care about any of that.
Yeah, but I mean, they are Americans as well. They are Americans too. So I mean, so we differ. So you think from like, so for me, when I came here, I was speaking from an economic point of view, right? See, it is the businesses that generate money to the country. They give money to the country, right? If their work is not productive, they are not going to generate high profit margin that the government can tax to finance most of the projects in the
Are
country.
you serious right now?
But who was doing it?
Yes, I am serious.
Are you
There are certain companies that they are not attracting the local residents to do the work.
like what companies?
That's a lie. Don't let him lie
Yeah,
to
give
you.
us
These
an
are what
example
the
of these
companies push.
companies.
Yeah, these are what the
They are,
companies
man.
push
Man, in
because
Washington, you
it's
don't see
in
them
their best
working over here.
interest.
Afrodamas, you put a job at $30 an hour, $40 an hour, you will turn away a lot of applicants, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so like what Gwe said, there is a lot of wage manipulation when they're letting a lot of immigrants come into this country. But Zongo will not talk about that, right?
Because he
Because maybe he
doesn't
does. Right. So
Let me ask
talking
you,
about
for Zongo,
when the,
are you here illegally? Or are you here legally?
I'm here legally. What do you mean? Like,
Okay, so why are you for illegal immigration? Like why are you for people breaking the law?
I'm speaking from the economic point of view. What you mean? Like, I
It's
mean,
not
breaking.
beneficial economic. That anybody who told you
Wait,
that is
wait, wait,
lying
wait,
to
wait,
you.
wait,
That's what the
wait, wait, wait,
company
wait,
say.
wait, 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 wait. I'm speaking from the standpoint of once. See, listen, you have to listen to me carefully. Maybe you have some kind of understand where you're coming from. I'm speaking from the point the people that reach the borders, right? Before they get in, they meet the custom officials that allow them to
No, the
get in.
hell they
So
do
at that
not.
point,
Who told you that? You think
okay,
all the
okay,
people
but I'm
that
speaking
coming
from
through the border are meeting border
yeah,
agents?
but I'm
They're
speaking from
not.
that standpoint. Listen to me. I'm speaking from that standpoint. So once they get there, they have some kind of like documentation process that goes on before they get initiated into the
Oh
country.
jeez. Guys,
That's where I'm coming from.
can you close out because I'm
Yeah,
really
Zongo needs to do a lot more
yeah,
research
I'm
because
having a headache, honestly.
it sounds you're very brainwashed by liberal media. So
I'm
it
not
seems like
actually. Why would you think I'm brainwashed? I'm giving a different
you're very
perspective. Like,
from the way you talk on immigration. Yes, you sound very brainwashed. You
yeah, why
sound
can we like? Why can't I give a different perspective? Like,
because it's
why should I
wrong.
be?
Why would we allow that perspective when it's infactual? If you're giving
You
factual
know,
evidence, then we can say yes, but it's wrong.
you
Yeah,
know,
you guys
you
are
know,
also wrong too. Trust me, you're wrong.
No, we're
I don't know
not.
if they changed the law where like if you to get like residency in America, like to become a citizen, there's this form you fill where you agree that you're gonna abide and not support illegal laws about the United States. But now I'm seeing new immigrants, they can be legal, they openly support illegality. I don't know
Yeah,
if the
because
immigrant
yeah, African, because some of them, they're relatable. Like if it's from Africa, there's some type of sympathy that's there, or empathy that's
But it's
there,
not about any
because
sympathy.
these people are from Africa.
no,
Some of
what
you are
I'm
good for
saying,
them.
if
You're
you're
good for them.
supporting illegality or like terrorists and stuff, you yourself you don't get the
Yeah,
documents here in America.
but that's not illegality. Once they meet the custom official and they allow them to, they allow them
No,
in.
you know
That's
what?
illegality to
Oh my
you.
God, Zongo. Okay, all
Zongo,
right.
thank you for your
Yeah, because I
statement.
see it's not. I thought if I came on and say like
Yeah,
that, it seemed like he's not trying to understand. He's just gonna believe what he wants to believe. But
yeah.
like I said, my final word will be ship all of them back. I hope Trump get in power 2024. Ship all of them back to the African countries that they came from. There's no war in Senegal. Y'all just went and elected Paul Biya, who's been a
Guinea,
dictator for I don't know how many decades. Get him out. If you got to do a coup, get him out, and y'all get somebody that's gonna run the country and do something for y'all. Election has consequences. You put somebody in power to represent you, you better hope they have your best interest at heart. So
But
no, we don't want
where these
illegal
are your
immigration.
people, man.
Huh?
They're your people.
You know, we don't want illegal immigration. We want legal immigration, and we want people to come here legally. That's coming from an immigrant. That's coming from a person who came from a third world country and came here legally and went through civil war. No, they need to come
He
here
actually believes that they all people that come, they just go, they meet immigration at the door.
Hell no. Yeah, have you heard about the tunnels in Mexico where they be sneaking people through, and the coyotes that over there that be selling and buying, and all everybody in America is not meeting a border patrol agent to give their paperwork. A lot of them are here illegally. So the government don't even know how many of them. They say about 10 million that have entered the country since Joe Biden took office because he told the people to come and that it will be okay. So that's why you see they got the southern border open and people are just coming through and not following any law and just being let go and catch and release. Before, when Trump passed a law, when Trump was in power, if you were seeking asylum or seeking any type of asylum, you would have, if you came through Mexico, you would stay in Mexico because Mexico didn't have war. But when Joe Biden took power, he changed the law. So now that's why you see they coming through Mexico. Before, if you came to Mexico, you cannot enter the U.S. because Mexico does not have any type of civil war. That's a country that's stable according to the U.S. So you have to stay there and file your asylum and wait till you get your call back or your letter or however they contact them. But because Joe Biden came and changed the law, that's why you see everybody flooding through the Mexican border and people don't care. And and it's not fair to the Black American that live in this community.
But Gwen, have you noticed?
Let me say this. I live in a very rural area. Let them stop bringing a bunch of illegal Africans to. I would be on the street protesting. I would be calling all the police. I would be telling them that you get out of my state. Go back home and come here legally. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No.
It's crazy. Thank you, Gwen. You're frozen. All right, St. James, closing statement.
I know this was gonna get this was gonna get emotional. Even in real time, right? When I have this conversation with Africans here in my state, right? Sometimes they just I feel like they hate me. I'm trying to be honest. Like, we love our African brothers and sisters. If you want to go to America, you want to go to Europe, try the best you can to go there legally. That's my advice to those Africans. Like what Gwe said, man. Listen, these African American in their neighborhood, some of them don't have the resources. So dumping them there is gonna create that kind of friction that we are showing.
But St. James, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Like, for example, isn't he like goes around these panels talking about how the blacks in America should be paid reparation? He's for pro-black, but now that he's African, he's not in this country. They're Guineans. When I said Fuller, he switched up, like, pretty much F the blacks. Who cares? You can take the blacks their money and give it to my people.
Absolutely.
So you see how these pro-blacks are.
No, and I'm happy that some of the people in the audience are Black Americans, and they get to see what the type of Africans we are talking about here. Like 2 days ago, the city of Chicago just signed I think that was a $70 million. Yeah, towards the immigrants. So that's what we are asking. How much is too much? It's like they keep doing it. They kept doing it because, like Zongo said, this guy will, boost the economy. If that's boosting the economy, these people shouldn't even be mad, right? So when is the payback time? So he's talking about finance like he knows finance very well. I study finance, right? Profit margin. So why, if you pay $70 million to this immigrant, how much the city claw back so they can help the Black American? How much did the city claw back? Come on, man. Why they don't want to help out? If this is free money for everybody, why they don't want to help the people who are protesting that they don't have the funding, like the immigrant?
They have veterans.
You're talking about profit margin. Somebody's scamming somebody. Somebody's laundering money. And these people don't want, these Africans don't want to push their reflections. You know, they keep talking. Somebody's here to win on your misery. Don't you understand that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we need to have a second conversation about this, because a lot of people don't understand immigration here. You know, these law, they like the founder put in a book, like if you bring your poor or whatever, these people were not talking about the millions of immigrants bump rushing the border.
So just like American royalty said, he said, soon the Africans will start using phrases like FBA say, as black people.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because listen, why not? You will see a Senegalese guy called Njai, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow they will take, you know, your new name is Smith of Anderson. I mean, they will create stories like tell these government officials that your forefather was here, he built that country. Like, I mean, come on, man.
And, you know, like Nami said, why are you only attacking the Africans? No one is attacking anyone. What you say, Arabs? And why talk about? You know, we're talking about those who are out there protesting. That's what this topic is about. You know,
why do you listen, Alphadamus? You can't make your argument in front of me that you walk from the Latin America. The journey started maybe 9 months ago, 10 months, or whatever the situation may be. You went through all this struggle, and you got to America, and you're telling these people they have to give it up. That was not. Listen, that don't work for me. I'm like, did you protest in those countries that you were crossing? Did you protest in wherever you were, like in El Salvador, in all this? Did you protest? Did you tell these people, hey, listen, I'm on my way to the United States, but you guys have to make sure you feed me. You guys have to make sure that you find me a room to sleep and take it. No. This is when they get to the state now, they can open their lousy mouths and start talking about we need more.
And this Congolese woman talking about they should introduce Lingala. Like, she should have stayed her ass in Congo if she loved Lingala language so much.
If you love Lingala language so much, why don't you make your place peaceful so that your people can stay? Why do you have to go to somebody else's country to promote whatever?
Yeah, like
these people got their own stuff they want to promote. Promote your stuff at your home. Promote your stuff with your community. Don't go promote that to other people because they got other things to worry about. That's what these Africans don't get. Like, you get an opportunity to come to like the United States, get your money and listen.
So James, this conversation is actually like super interesting. Like, I realized I actually wanted to hear the perspective. You know, like, talk about shifting the goalpost. Like, I didn't think people would shift it this far. Like, it's crazy. Like, literally, like, yeah, like they would just shift it. You know, like I can't even, like, some of the things that Zongo is saying. I'm like, I was having a headache. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, is this guy for real? Like really? But again, hey,
Alphadamus, like I said, you see 30,000 Chinese, like the poor ones, right? Not the one that create jobs, the poor ones, the one with diseases or all kind of stuff, right? Heading towards Africa. You know, do you think that will sit well with Africans?
Nope.
Okay, then why do you want to promote that in somebody else's country that allowed you to come in and benefit from their resources? Why would, like, I asked an African that question. These people allow you to come here legally and you are benefiting from their resources, right? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, now you are promoting the same country to illegals so they can benefit from the same resources that you are benefiting from. Make that make sense. He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, okay, come on, man. You have to promote that legally. Tell these people, hey, man, listen, like anytime, America is that big, right? America has that resource to promote legal immigration. Nobody can now win a conversation saying that America does not have the resources to promote legal immigration. They have it.
But St. James, what do you think about Al's point? But he ran away from it. He said,
you know,
when he said they, you know, those people he tried to switch it, saying because it was the blacks. He said the blacks complaining, that means they are lazy. I was like, okay, how is somebody saying don't my tax dollars don't bring in new people here? How does that translate to they are lazy? You see,
They're not lazy.
yeah.
They're not lazy. They're not lazy in Afrodamus. If people in this community, right, if they were making $100,000 a year, do you think they would mind?
No.
They wouldn't mind, because those people, the mayor talking about we got tens of thousands of jobs in New York, is lying. Why it doesn't go? Listen, I want all these Democrats who are talking about we got a lot of jobs, right? I want them to go to these employers. Check how many people, let the employer talks about it. The good ones, not the, we're not talking about Burger King and McDonald's here. We are talking about good jobs, good paying jobs. I want this employer to start saying, hey, listen, we got 5,000 jobs we need to fill in a week. I would rather go directly to the employer than a politician.
Look at what now St. James is mad. He won't be the only uncle that went to America.
Oh, no.
Gwe would be the only one married to White Zaddy.
Hey, listen. My plan is to listen. I can switch places. If an African want my position, he can listen. Yeah. he can come have it. I don't. Only uncle, like Africa is, there's a lot of Africans in the United States. It's not like from.
But that's the point. A lot of Africans here are here legally. They are making it so they are making it seem like people cannot come here, legally. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody is legal, how are you advocating for illegal, movement? To be an illegal, you're opening yourself up to a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Maybe Aunt wasn't listening when I first got on the panel. Did it not say I went to the U.S. Embassy and I was asking why they kind of slowing down legal immigration? So I'm not trying to be the only one uncle, because I went there and I challenged them and I was like, okay, you guys are stopping legal immigrations and you are, allowing illegal to come here in this country. So I'm advocating for the people of my country to come here legally. I don't want to be the only uncle. I have nothing to prove to my Africans brother on the continent. Trust me, I have a lot to prove to myself. So if America is the land of the honey and you want to get here, I wish you all the best and nothing but the best, but try to make it legally. That's my advice. If you don't want to take it, you can come here illegally. So like I said, driving on the street and seeing an African with a sign, I was taken aback. I haven't seen this for a long time. So when I saw that, I was like, God damn,
Because St. James, if somebody, they are legal, they can, it don't matter. You can start from wherever, slowly walk your way, but you would at least find some job. That's how Africans used to do it,
Right,
but to go out there to protest and you have the nerve to complain about, the American people are not helping you. Like they don't want you here. Do you not see? Haven't you been watching YouTube or following the news? The people are heated. They talking about in Chicago, in New York, they want to impeach these mayors. They want to recall them. Why do you think they are doing that?
People are creating groups trying to reach out to Trump. I mean, black.
I know.
I'm like, this is a small number, right? This is a small number of African. I think the Democrat, right? I said, let us give them a small portion of our black people and see how they do with it.
Yeah,
got people all riled up, and I'm like, this is African American. You are not listening. You are not listening. The politics, Afrodamus, I believe, right? As African, we understand politics better than Black American. I'm not, because why? Because they are too busy trying to make it happen in America, because they put a lot of things in their, in their plate, so they don't have to worry about politics, That's why when they use catchphrases, we love the blacks and you vote for me because you're black. Black American don't just, they feel like, hey, yeah, man, we don't like Trump, let's go for it. It's like, but when they take the time to listen to the issues, they will understand, listen, it's better to go a little Republican at times so you can save your behind, you know.
Exactly.
I lived in Chicago. There is so much spaces where they can put this immigrant, man. A lot of spaces. You know, why they chose the south side of Chicago, that's a different story for a different time. But you know,
because you know they're trying to move the blacks. Let's just call it what it is.
Well, I saw the sign. I saw that sign. I'm like, oh wow, seriously. But even here in Denver, right? I live in a sanctuary city. I live in Denver. It's a sanctuary city, right? And I see the mayor putting illegals in hotels, putting illegals, you know, in nice places, right? Not nice places where there is majority black and Latin, like not too like it doesn't go to the upper class. But this is where the resources are, right?
Yeah. Well,
we never hear the mayor saying that, yeah, we're taking the immigrant to Val, we're taking the immigrant to Aspen, Colorado, we're taking the immigrant to Cherry Creek. This is where the top 1% lives. This is where they can get some butter biscuit. They're not taking them there. I'm like, you trying to help these people, take them close to these people who can help a lot. And Zongo talking about, oh yeah, these people can boost the economy. Yeah, this is where this top 1% lives. The business people, the people that create businesses, they live in this neighborhood. Why they don't take them there? They don't want them. They want to give them job, but they don't want to live near them. Something's funny.
Triple Jados, thank you for the super chat. He said, driving from Europe to Africa, May 4th. Shout out my YouTube. Oh, Triple Jados, what's your YouTube? You know, we would like to, see that journey. Oh man, look at Adnam. Adnam said it's okay to put illegals in south side of Chicago. Those guys have been bums for decades.
They have not been bums, man.
Are you serious?
No, they have not been bums, man. Listen, they are loving people on the south side of Chicago, very loving people, man. You know, I know the crime rate is very high there on the south side, but it's the minority taking over the majority. Trust me, there's a lot of good black people that live on the south side. They don't like what they're showing, but they are powerless. You know, when Obama became.
And how is bringing those people gonna help?
Absolutely,
those the south side.
You know, when Obama doesn't live too far to understand the situation on the south side of Chicago. He used to live like on the west side or whatever. Where, he knows the situation. When he became president, a lot of guys from Chicago thought Obama was going to be able to fix the problems in Chicago. He knows it very well. Democrat again. He felt Chicago. The very state he came from, he felt it. So what does it tell you? They don't want no change, man. They don't want those people. I used to go on the south side of Chicago a lot. You see the black people, they're like, yo, we got all these empty buildings, but nobody has access to funding. Nobody, they don't fund those programs. These black people protesting, what they are saying, listen, you guys don't want to fund the programs. You don't want to open up businesses on the south side. I know the crime, but we can fix that, right? We can fix it, but they don't want to fix it. They want to bring new people, give them new hope.
But St. James, you notice the energy when the blacks come to like we were talking about Ghana. You notice the energy, and the blacks didn't even go there illegally. Things were being justified, but now all of a sudden, it's just okay to take the blacks' tax dollars and give it to illegals. It's
absolutely
crazy.
70. They just signed another one, 70 millions.
So that means they got money. They got checks for reparation.
Yeah, absolutely. How many? Like, I don't know. Chicago is like a very populated, But I'm like 70 millions. If they say, okay, you know what, we're doing 70 million for illegal immigration, I get it, right? And at that same time, they say, okay, we're going to allocate 5 million for a program that you got of your choosing. Don't you think that will, tone the voice in Chicago a little bit? 5 million or 10 million or 15 million for a program of their choosing?
Well, the people doing this, at the end of the day, just like the new law, as long as they count them it counts to vote power. So the Democrats really, they don't care, to be quite
I
honest.
know, but you see Mayor Johnson. After that, you're the African. Does this look like a mayor?
No.
Does Eric
This,
Adams look like a mayor?
they are
Seriously.
they are plants.
Absolutely. Like for 1 second, when you see them talk, bro, this guy were handpicked. They were handpicked to lead the plantation. Sorry to say that, but and he's standing there, is listening, like he pretend to be listening. This guy has a program to run. Is to make sure you guys disappear. And you will disappear. Alfred Amos, within the next 10 years, right? Black American will be like the Native American. You gotta drive 50 miles or 100 miles from the city to go see them, right? They're gonna seriously. Black American will be in reserves. 15, 20 years now, they're gonna have to classify Black American as a how you call it, like
extinct.
A subgroup in America. You gotta drive 200 miles to see them, and pay $20 to enter. Listen, it's going to be funny. Trust me, it's going to be funny in Chicago. The way that.
Well, I remember years ago. This is in like the early to mid 2000s. They had this same issue. I remember back in, I believe, Oakland, where the Mexicans were, they pushed out the blacks out of a lot of those neighborhoods. Actually,
absolutely, it's gonna happen. That's the plan, right? That's the plan. Like you bring, let's say Denver, Colorado took in, let's say 40,000. 40,000 is what was accounted for. I can guarantee you this number is like 500,000 or 250,000 immigrants that came to Colorado. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
The 40,000 is just the number that to appease the people of Denver. Listen, we got 40,000.
Oh man. Sorry, Triple Jados, thank you for the super chat again. He said, I'm going with my AA wife. Zongo, you're invited with your AA wife also. Now, Zongo is too scared to take the road trip from Europe to Africa. I don't think Zongo is ready for that. Oh, Tim Asuna said, Baltimore's DI mayor wants to sell crack houses for $1. It's getting bad for FBA. Look, he is telling, this is a fact. So anyone that, wants to buy house, like these crack houses in Baltimore, he is correct. They are going for $1. Like literally, I would advise you to buy. Don't move in, just hold on to it. Just like Detroit years ago, they did it. And eventually the houses, started going up. I'm actually gonna I've thought about it, but it means I have to fly to go physically there. I don't want to do it. If I can buy it online, $1, because I don't think I want to fly there myself. That's not safe.
Now, after that, I do believe the new immigrant they have $1 to buy property. This is where they need to put them. I still don't believe they have to put illegals to places where there is scarce resources. People are always going to complain, like the ends in Chicago and New York. You can't dump people in. No, it's not. You can't do that because you got 10,000 of jobs. That means you got a lot of resources. So you got to find a place where to put them. But what we're showing them on TV every day, it means no. The mayor's lying. The mayor's lying, bro.
Yeah.
The mayor's they take, like somebody say, oh, these immigrants are not here to take jobs. We have been told that a long time.
Yeah.
We have been told that a long time.
Right.
Are you? Sometimes
they did it. I remember Oakland.
Yeah.
Like I said years ago, man. They used to have like they would say the Mexicans and fighting the blacks. In fact, I'll do a show on that. I'll bring in the different clips from back in those days. So
to tell you that immigrant takes job, right? In my city of Denver, the mayor just said, if you want to open a business, right? It doesn't matter if you're illegal or legal. It doesn't matter. Just come to the city hall, tell them exactly what you want to open, and they will help you with the license.
Really?
Isn't that taking jobs?
Yeah.
So when you see Ireland, other Africans talking about illegals are not taking jobs, I laugh when I listen to it. I'm like, do you guys really understand the politics around immigration? These people do take jobs. They take businesses. They kick people out of their own businesses. I used to go to my barber, right? There is this guy, African American. He does good barbecue. I used to buy from him. The last time when I went back to my barber, the food truck is no longer there.
Now it's a,
Why
let me
don't was
tell
it
you,
replaced with?
is it a taco now?
Thank you. Two of them. He got replaced by two of them. That's what I'm telling you. Like these Africans, they still don't get it. They don't understand the nuances of moving people around and moving funding around. They don't get it. They feel like, oh yeah, they don't take jobs. Oh really? Construction in Denver, Colorado. Who are the employers?
Yeah,
Latinos.
Look, even they are even conquering white people in the construction department.
White people are crying.
Yeah,
competing for jobs. I got white colleagues, Afro-Damas. We talk on the phone. I know what they talk about. They're always like, they're scared, bro. They're scared too. They're like, damn, man. I'm trying to do this, but when I go outside, I see, the day is opening and the day is happening. I'm like, hey, well, listen, that means we gotta fight harder. I can fight, but I'm like, damn, I don't know when I'm gonna be tired, because they're bringing new blood and you getting older. I don't know. Are you gonna be able to compete for 50 years and down the road? These people are bringing new bloods. You see this. Let's say even like Afro-Damas, honestly, when I came here, right, housing was so cheap.
Wait, Antnam, did Antnam just call us useless old Africans? He said the early immigrants who came on hated on the new Europeans. He said useless old Africans in America are now hating on new
Afro-Damas. If the competition is getting tougher, won't you admit it?
Oh my God!
Won't you admit it? The competition is getting a little tougher. You would admit it, but that doesn't make you a coward. You will wake up in the morning. You will go do whatever you got to do, right? But if it's getting a little tougher, you would know. If let's say somebody's making that tougher for you, you get it. Listen, it's not like you used to have a little, not easy, but like, oh wow, they're putting roadblocks. In my state of Colorado, when I first moved in here, come on now, everybody, even if you don't have a house, you can rent a house.
Right.
But this is not the case today. It's all gone. People are struggling to get by. Even the single, like, listen, I'm not trying to take shot at Black American, right? But I want them to wake up on immigration as well. Most of the single Black American women, girls that I've known, they used to stay by themselves, right?
Yeah.
But today, man, you talk to them, they want to move in so quick, bro.
Thank you, St. James, man. Thanks. Have a good one.
Man, thank you, man.
Hey, guys, thanks for watching and thanks for coming in. And I appreciate all of you for watching. Zongo, Al, Kidola, St. James, all of you, thanks for calling in. I'm out.
Baby girl love my bop and unlike me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and unlike me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled